Eyo. Oh, einen schönen guten Nachmittag. Oh Gott im Himmel. 20 Minuten habe ich die Kopfhörer da am Schreibtisch liegen und höre nur im Hintergrund Dream Daddy die ganze Zeit. Oh, okay. Einmal brauchen wir das und dann brauchen wir das. Heute, ich habe aus zuverlässiger Quelle, oh Gott, endlich, danke. You've got Dad. Dad's multiple. Okay. Ich habe aus zuverlässiger Quelle erfahren, dass ich heute im Stream kurzzeitig alleine bin. Das bedeutet, dass für eine kurze Zeit alle Entscheidungen meine sind. So, was will Matt? Poker. Oh. There it is. Okay. Well, good talk. Wait, I actually like poker. I just saw the joke and I had to take the shot. Okay. Please, Matt. I'm a dad. I'm contractually obliged. No, I get that. Anyways, we've been playing weekly poker games and I figured I should send an invite your way. That sounds great. I love losing money. Who doesn't? Cool dude. See you soon. Lose that money! Dun, dun, dun. Matt invited me to a poker night at Joseph's house. I put on my going out coat and walk over. No going out pants though. No going out pants. Across the way I spot Matt, who's walking over from his own house. He's got a case of beer under his arm. Crap, I should have brought something. Hey man. Crap, I should have brought something. Haha, no worries man. It's your first time. Just bring a full wallet. How long have you guys been at this for? Years, buddy. Just a nice way to keep in touch with the guys. It's never really high stakes. Oh, almost everyone's here. We pass through the fence enclosing We pass through the fence enclosing Joseph's backyard. Craig, Brian, and Joseph hover around at the patio, drinking beer and chatting. Robert sits in the corner, brooding as usual. Absolute. Glad you could make it.
Oh.
So am I. I'm psyched to take all your money. Okay. Just like old times. Yeah. Craig is the resident shark. We prefer the term person who's good at poker. I'm well aware. Craig's always been suspiciously good at poker. Are you still as terrible as you were in college? Poker face. Hey, I wasn't terrible. I'm not bad at poker. I'm definitely good at poker. Everyone stares at me. Okay, maybe it was a little defensive. Okay, I'm bad at poker. There's no way you're as bad as Joseph. Joseph shrugs. This is basically my thing. My titting? I don't know. I'm giving back to the community. Plus, I'm happy to just sit here and eat all of Brian's snacks. I bet he makes good snacks. Guess who brought pigs in a blanket? Not Craig. Hey, my chai seed and granola energy balls are just as delicious. Are they though? Are they? No. Yeah, thought so. Let's just get the game going. Reading is hard, people. We'll take a seat at a table and Matt starts dealing cards. The first couple rounds go by easily as I'm getting the hang of things. But it's obvious that Craig is running the show here. Craig, how did you get so good at this? It's pretty easy. You just start getting a feel of everyone's tell. Like Matt will scratch his ear. Hey! Brian adjusts his pants when he's trying to lie. Now wait a second. And I think you just loudly announce to the whole room when you have a good hand. Yep, that's me. What's Joseph's tell? Everything, literally everything. That man is an open book. He couldn't lie if he tried. Well, at least I have God on my side.
Oh.
See, you can't even say that with a straight face. What about Robert? Honestly, the man's an enigma. Robert raises his glass of whiskey to us in a solemn salute. I think he'd wipe the floor with us if he actually tried. I'm just here because I enjoy the company. Robert pulls out his phone and stares at it. Robert, that's a flip phone? Yeah. What, are you a drug dealer now? Yeah, what do you need? Horse, speed? Whatever, Johnny's? Tijuana, Johnny? I don't know. I don't do drugs. I don't even know what that means. I don't even know what's horse. I can get you the street stuff easy, but if you're looking for something exotic or designer, that's maybe 72 hours and a favor called. Maybe I won't need you today. Maybe I won't need you tomorrow, but someday. Joseph. Oh, I think I'm good. Right.
Oh.
But still, if you got the coins, I got the goods. He's joking. I dropped a phone in the toilet and this is a backup until I can get it replaced under warranty. Everyone murmurs their sympathies. We've all been there. We go back to playing. I really gotta stop eating these pigs in blankets. Pigs in blankets? I don't know. But they're very good. I think there might be cheese in them. Oof, I don't know if I got enough to raise you on this round. You can always bet your firstborn.
Hey.
If you think you can handle another one, be my guest. Brera and Hazel are a handful to say the least. Buddy, you think 3 kids is a handful? Try 4. I'm operating at 100% dad capacity at all times.
Oh.
Actually, it's technically 5. Christine saw a commercial for one of those dolls that poop and wouldn't stop asking for it. We ended up getting it for her for her birthday. But she's so grossed out by the fake baby poop that she makes me change its diapers. So now I'm changing the real baby and the fake baby.
Yeah.
Jesus. There's just a lot of poop in my household right now. Daisy got one of those a while back. One night I walked in on her after she had tried to take the doll apart to see how the poop mechanism worked, but then she couldn't put it back together and started crying. Poop everywhere. Fake poop, but still poop. That reminds me of, wait, do we all have poop doll stories? Everyone nods in agreement. God. I never had a pooping doll, and I never want one. Guys, I really don't need any more poop in my life. There already is would have been better. Can we just get back to poker and not talk about poop? Matt deals another hand and we quickly forget about the poop. We run out of pigs and blankets, so we switch over to Craig's healthy snack food. It actually isn't terrible. These kale chips are phenomenal. We should sell these in the coffee shop. It's my own recipe. I'd be happy to give it to you guys. I can see it now. Percy the kale chips. Percy the kale. I don't know what song reference or band reference it is. Pierce the Veil is a popular post-hardcore screamo band out of San Diego. Never heard of this. We all look at Matt confused. It's maybe not any of your wheelhouse. How's the shop nowadays? Busy as ever. God. I'm toying with the idea of hiring another person to work the counter, but I haven't found a good candidate.
Oh.
If Amanda is looking for a summer gig, let me know. That's really nice of you, but I think she's been burned too badly by coffee shops before, literally, not figuratively.
Hey.
Matt cocks his head to the side. I'll ask her though. We get down to the final hand of the night, and it's Craig in the lead by a landslide. Joseph has long since lost all of his chips and has taken to tidying up, refusing any help from the rest of us. Brian deals us all cards. So what's it gonna take for Robert to give a damn on this round? Robert looks up from his half-empty glass of whiskey. Do you really want to unleash the beast? Well, now I'm curious. I got a long history of being a gambling man, but I'll only do it if you make it interesting. None of this penny chip nonsense. I got Lily's 18-year single blends sitting in my closet right now. Was saving it for when River turns 21, but I'm willing to put it up as collateral. Now you're talking my language. He throws the keys to his truck on the table. She's seen better days, but she can still pull a tree trunk out of the ground. Nope.
Hey.
Myself and everyone else at the table immediately folds. Deal the cards, Brig Eye. Are you guys sure you wanna? You heard the man. Deal. Brian deals the next round of cards. Craig stares daggers at Robert, who casually sips his whiskey. So I know what you might be thinking. Robert puts this old workhorse up for grabs. His only mode of transportation. At times in his life, his only home. Now, how could he be so sure of his abilities on gambling? I'll tell you right now, Craig. I wasn't always like this.
I don't know.
I was a lot like you. Smart, talented, cocksure of my own luck? I don't know. Great biceps, but it didn't last long though. I lost everything in a game of Pygo in the back room of a Shenzhen tea house? Shenzhen tea house. On what I thought was a 3-day business trip. Everything gone. Clothes, money, identification, you name it. I woke up in a ditch near Saishu Park, I think, and had to make my life new from there. It took me 3 years to beg, borrow, and steal my way back to American soil. And in those 3 years, I saw the greatest depths of human fear, loved deeper than I ever had, and lost all many more times over.
Oh?
I've seen my own death, Craig. I know how I die. It's not like this.
Oh.
So let's make this more interesting. Jesus, he's so freaking intense. Just play strip poker. Why don't you just play strip poker? Robert produces the deed to his house from his jacket and tosses it on the table. All I have and all I am. Are you prepared to go the distance? Craig wipes the sweat from his brow. He studies Robert's face intently, searching for any sort or tell that he can find. Robert casually sips his whiskey again. I fold. Everyone erupts. Fine, the whiskey is yours. And that's why you don't dance with the devil. So what was it? Were you bluffing or did you have the cards? That's for me to take to my grave, fellas.
Hey.
Next week, boys?
Hey.
Next week.
Oh.
You got it.
Hey.
I'll be there. I almost had a heart attack. Sure thing. Oh.
Hey.
Okay, we all say goodbye and head our separate ways. No love from anyone?
Welcome. You've got dads.
You've got dads. So. Mit Craig haben wir noch kein Date gehabt. Mit Matt haben wir auch noch kein Date gehabt. Mit Brian haben wir ein Date gehabt. Mit Robert haben wir 2 Dates gehabt. Mit Damien haben wir ein Date gehabt. Mit Hugo haben wir auch ein Date gehabt. Und mit Joseph glaube ich auch eins. Ja. Okay. Ich würde ja... Ich will mit Matt auf ein Date gehen, währenddessen noch keiner im Stream ist und mich daran hindern kann, ein gutes Date draus zu machen. Message him. I navigate to Matt's Datbook page and type out a message. Hey man, great getting to see you at the barbecue. We should definitely hang soon. See you later. If you're free later. Okay. Hey dude, I'd be so down for that. I'm actually catching a show tonight at the Sound Garden. Wanna come? I think for a moment. What's a Sound Garden? It's a concert venue, but also a band that a lot of people listened to back when it was cool to have soul patches. Okay. Oh man, I haven't been to a real concert since Amanda was born. Am I ready for this? While I'm thinking, another message pops up on the screen. Pop is playing tonight. Cool little indie pop punk rock band out of Canada. Should be fun one. I don't know you were allowed to string that many words together to describe a band. Whatever. Let's get out of the comfort zone. Oh. Okay. I log off of that book and think for a second. Wait. When was the last time I went to a concert? I mentally backtrack decades through memories of denim jean jackets and moral panic over teenagers turning to the occult. Oh god, I had a mullet back then. Oh god, I thought I was cool. Oh god, other people thought I was cool. I finally remember the strange 80s prog rock. Progressive rock? I used to listen to and mentally envision all of the airbrushed vans in the parking lot. Man, how did anyone survive the 80s? Okay, so I haven't been to a concert in a long time. What do you even do at a concert now? I spend most of the day pacing around the house and thinking about my relationship with coolness. I mean, I always thought I was cool. At least relative to a bunch of other dads my age. Dad, what are you doing? I look over and see Amanda at the door, just getting home from school. Anyway, what's up? Amanda, how do I be cool? Let me put on a pot of coffee first. This is gonna be a long night. No, seriously, Matt invited me to a concert and I don't think I've been to one since you were born.
Aww.
Yeah, you have. You took me to one once when I was 12, remember? I'm suddenly overwhelmed by the memory of a sea of screaming preteens. Oh god, I tried so hard to forget. The one where I had to camp out with you in a line so that you could get a good spot and then you cried and screamed the whole time. Dad, it was so much more than that. and I'm not even ashamed to say it. Oh, you're not ashamed? You seem pretty ashamed when I found all those drawings you made of those dancing boys kissing in your Trapper Keeper. Yeah, well, you didn't even find the good stuff. Anyway, you should be all set for the concert if you remember that. Just bring a big glittery sign and cry a lot, and you'll fit right in. Well, it's a smaller place, and I think Matt mentioned they're a punk band? Like DIY gutter punk? Trash? Straight edge? Come on, Dad. Give me something to work with here. And they're post-punk? Proto-punk? C-punk? Jeremy punk? What's Jeremy punk?
Yeah.
I made that one up to see if you could get away with it.
Oh.
They're not positive hardcore, are they? He said they're Canadian punk? Oh, yeah, you'll be fine. Does the idea of Canadian punk seem contradictory to you? I don't see a friendship and politeness as core tenets of the punk scene. Well, punk is kind of a big genre that might not be as dangerous as you think it is. It actually isn't. It became so much more than just counterculture rebellion. What I'm trying to say is just enjoy the music. Okay, that's it. I mean, yeah, it's not like you're gonna jump into the mosh pit or anything. Well, that's comforting. And if a strange dude in a set your goals hoodie offers to buy you merch, don't accept it. It's definitely don't accept it, and definitely don't go on 3 awful dates with him afterwards, where he takes you to a nice restaurant and then forgets his wallet, literally 3 times in a row. What? Never mind. Just have a blast tonight. I show up to the Coffee Spoon at 8 in what I hope is concert-appropriate attire. I see Matt out front locking the door to the shop. Hey, you made it. Ready for tonight? Well, it's been a while. Yes, of course. I definitely know what I'm talking about. Ready? I was born ready. Well, it's been a while. Oh man, I gotta admit, I haven't been to a real concert since Pet Rocks were cool. I have no idea what I'm in for. Did your daughter make you take her to one of those boy band concerts where everybody holds signs and scream cries? Yeah. I got 2 lined up next month. I still can't get the glitter out of my car from the last one. Stay strong. But dude, I get it. I get to take you to your first concert in a long time. This is gonna be awesome. Just hang with me, absolute. And you'll be good. This scene is super supportive. It'll be a blast. Quick question. Shoot. What is scene? Okay. Sorry. It's just weird because scene can be described as music scene as it pertains to a community of people who like the same genre, but can also describe a genre of music no one wants to admit they were into. Matt looks off into the middle distance. He says nothing, but I can tell he's thinking, never again. That's confusing. You'll get it. The important thing tonight is that you enjoy yourself. Come on, let's head to the show. Nice music. After waiting in a short line to get in, we finally find ourselves in a small venue with a stage at one end and the bar on the other. Most people here are closer to Amanda's age than mine. I suddenly feel very out of place. My waning youth is showing. I am suddenly aware of my mortality. When when were the good years of my life? Will Amanda still love me as we both grow older? Wait, is C-punk actually a genre? Matt, you made it! A younger kid runs up and high fives Matt. The kid runs off and Matt turns to me, shuddering. I get nervous when people surprise high five me. Me too.
Hey.
I like all small animals. Loud noises and large groups of people frighten me. Do you also enjoy curling up in a patch of sunlight to take a nap?
Hey.
That's my favorite thing to do. A couple other people notice that Matt's in the crowd and yell hey as well.
Hey.
Matt waves and hugs a couple people. He seems really in his element here.
Oh.
Matt turns his attention back to me. I'm so afraid of all these people. Oh. Let's go grab a beer. Matt and I line up at the bar in the back, where a couple of older concert goers hang out. A couple more people notice Matt and tip their drinks at him.
Oh.
Seems like you're you're a popular guy around here.
Hey.
Ah, yeah, I go to a lot of shows. This is a really cool spot.
Hey.
But it's times like these where I realize I can only be charming and funny for about 5 minutes before I run out of stuff to talk about.
Hey.
And then I become keenly aware of where my hands are. And that's where no comfort plays in your... And that there is no comfortable place in your mouth for your tongue to rest. God damn it, where do I put my tongue?
Hey.
See? Well, I've known you for more than 5 minutes and I still think you're charming and funny. You wait.
Hey, yeah.
We grab our drinks. This scene seems really friendly. I don't know why people wouldn't want to admit that they listen to it. Ha! Let's check out the merch.
Hey.
I know him from somewhere. I don't know. Matt and I walk over to a small booth in a corner of the room where a crusty-looking teenager guards a selection of shirts and records. He singles me out from across the room and hops up on his chair. Steep on up. Get your merch here. I got shirts, I got tank tops, I got all the gifts, and I don't know. Yeah, okay. I gesture to myself, my face flushes red. Yes, you look like a fellow who knows the music. How about a fine 12-inch long-playing vinyl record made and distributed by Pop, Canada's premier punk rock outfit. Jesus. Tally-ho, good sir. Ach Gott. Amanda hat gesagt, wir sollten aufpassen, wenn uns irgendjemand was verkaufen will. I just say, tally-ho, good sir. Well, see here, fine shopkeeper. Your enthusiastic salesmanship has aroused my interest and suspicion in equal parts. How can I, a consumer of the finer goods in life, trust your wares to be true of spirit? A fine question from something Patreon. Oh, okay, Pablo, you can give it a rest. The teen hops off of his chair and takes a seat. Your friend looked lost, so I figured I'd give him the old razzle-dazzle. How the hell are you, Matt?
Oh!
Day by day, man, my man. They do that thing where they high-five but also turn into a hug.
Oh.
Your mom doing better? She's still single. If you wanna be my dad, I could make that connection. I can make that connect? Okay. and have to deal with you every single day? Fair enough. Who's your bud?
Hey.
That's absolute. Thought I'd bring out a concert pal. Pablo leans close to Matt. Is absolute cool? Matt eyes me. I eye him back. He cracks a smile. Yeah. Pablo brings me in for a bro hug. My dude! I'm not sure what to say, but give the courtesy two parts, pats on the back. As is customary in our society for people you don't know super well but still want to be friendly to you. Pablo is a total card. Kid plays the hell out of bass? Well, he can play a fish. I don't know. Yeah, man. When are we starting our witch house band?
Oh!
You know, I'm out of the game. It's a shame, you know? Vacant Veil? Would have slayed. I'll slay once you start actually making music instead of just printing a bunch of band shirts. We got the sickest logo. While Matt and Pablo talk, I check out the merch. These shirts are really nice.
Hey.
Looks like the opener's coming on. Let's get a spot up close.
Hey.
Matt and I walk over to the stage where a crowd begins to form. The band walks on stage and picks up a variety of strange instruments. Is that a harpsichord? The lead singer addresses the crowd. He has a mandolin slung behind his back. Okay, that's weird. That's a weird band. Hey, what's up, everyone? We're Jonathan Jones and the Speakeasy Choir? Speakeasy Choir, okay. My name is Daniel. Let's start the show. Oh no, these guys, what? Without time to respond, the band starts playing the most cacophonous? I don't know, noise I've ever heard. What is this? Matt doesn't say anything, he just hands me earplugs. Thanks. I put the earplugs in. I honestly have to put that down. Where is my wheel? There it is. Jesus. I put the earplugs in and whatever the hell is assaulting my ears gets a lot quieter. For a band this bad, they sure just seem to be having fun. I guess that's what really matters.
Hey.
Jesus. Did that cellist just break his bow in half? I don't get this. The set seems to go on forever. There's no breaks in the songs, and I think one of the band members' jobs is specifically to just burn poetry on stage. Okay. I turn to Matt and try to start a conversation. So you go to a lot of concerts out here, huh? What? Drop it. He can't hear me, so I just stop and try to enjoy the music. Okay, no, this is impossible. How long have they been playing the same song? 10 minutes? 20? A year? Eventually the set ends, but only after the drummer sprains his ankle during his saxophone solo. The drummer sprays his ankle during his saxophone solo. The drummer. Saxophone. Okay. They promise it was part of the act as he was carried off stage crying. Matt and I both pull our earplugs out.
Hey.
Man, that was something. I promise Pop is much better. I just have a lot of questions that I know I'll never get the answers to.
Hey.
Oh yeah, he sprains his ankle at every show. They were being real about that.
Hey.
Let's grab another beer. Matt and I work our way out of the crowd and back to the bar. The more and more people fly into the concert space as it gets closer to the main act. It's getting kind of crowded in here. We grab our beers and I try to follow Matt back to our spot, but there are so many people that I'm having a hard time keeping up. As I work my way through the throng of excited concert goers, I realize I've lost Matt entirely. I stop and look around, seeing nothing but a sea of hip 20-somethings. I'm lost. How am I ever going to find Matt here? Where's the exit? Are there even exits? What if I'm trapped in this building forever? Am I going to see my daughter ever again? What if that terrible band gets back on stage? What if suddenly a hand reaches out and grabs me? It's Matt!
Hey.
Almost lost you, buddy. Phew, I got really nervous for a second there.
Hey.
You and me both, dude. He takes my hand and leads me back towards the stage. I can feel myself blushing a little. We finally settle back onto our spot and wait for the band to start. Busy place, huh?
Oh.
Yeah, pop really brings out a crowd. So you go to concerts a lot?
Hey.
Oh yeah, it's one of my absolute favorite things in the world. I think it's one thing to listen to music and connect with it, but when you're in a room full of people connecting with the music just the same way that you are, that's magic. I suddenly have the urge to pee, curse, this tiny dad bladder. I've never heard it put it that way. That's really beautiful. I also have to pee.
Hey.
Hurry up, man. They're about to go on. I squeeze my way out of the crowd towards the restroom. I really should have gone before I left the house, but Amanda was watching beauty videos in the bathroom. She had an eyeliner wing going halfway across her face, which was actually a pretty good look. I'm so proud of her. I make it to the restroom finally, but it's one of those single-person restrooms with a line forming outside of it. As soon as I finish my business, the band starts. Crap. The people that were initially milling around the venue all crowd up against the stage as Pop plays their first song. How am I gonna find Matt now? Whoop. Oh! Find that dad. Okay, I need... Okay. Avoid those youths. How...
This is the part of the game where you should have been hearing a licensed tune. We worked really hard to lock it down for you. We even got permission to whitelist the song for YouTube and Twitch. But their systems are seriously broken. What a bitch.
No.
So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP. DVP. That's right, the band's called Pup and their song called DVP. The song is great and the video is tight, yes, take it from me. It's like footage of NES and SNES games with the lyrics added into them. It's really cool, but it's kind of hard to explain right now, but you'll get it, I promise. You should really go check it out. It's a really good video. So we added the
They are
song
actually
that
coming from
you're
me.
listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pup and their song DVP.
You survived the crowd.
But
S
really,
plus.
Content ID demands a serious convo. But is this the time or place to talk about it? Oh no. This is a dating sim about getting with dads, no less. Oh god, how did we get here? What are we doing? What a mess. What a mess. So we added the song that you're listening to right now. Don't you think it's better than risking content ID?
Nice.
To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pop and their song DVP.
Does it end or is it a loop?
Body beauty bodum bum dum beauty body bum. Beauty beauty bum.
Okay, I'm finally able to work my way through the crowd to where Matt originally was. But he's nowhere to be found. Shoot. Well, I guess I should keep looking. I bumped into.
So we added the song that you're listening to right now.
It doesn't end.
Don't you think it's better than risking content ID? To you streamers and let's players, I have one decree. Please check out the band called Pop and their song DVP. DVP.
It doesn't end. EVP. Oh Gott. Ihr habt gerade den Weg durch eine Crowd in einer Bar finden müssen. Und auf einmal kommt der Song daher. Und ich denke mir nur, okay, das ist eine geile Alternative zu einem Song drinnen zu haben, der dann eben Copyright claimed werden würde. Und dann hört der Song nicht auf und hört nicht auf. So. I'm bumped into from behind and find myself in the middle of a bunch of youth running around in a circle. Oh no! How is it called? Death Pit? Oh god, ich glaube, das gibt's nur auf Metal Bands. I'm in the pit, yeah. How do I get out of the pit? Out of nowhere, a youth shoulders himself into me and keeps moving in a circle. Hey, I guess I'm moving in the circle now. I frantically search for a way out, but all I can see is an ocean of youths rhythmically slamming into each other. Another youth slams into me, and I lose my balance. I'm about to topple over. This is it. This is how I die. Trampled under the boots of counterculture. Someone grabs my hand. Someone familiar. Gott sei Dank. I look up and see Matt, who pulls me back up onto my feet. Yo, wild dude. Matt throws his arms around me and we jump back into the circle, bashing into youths left and right as Pup plays a killer solo. I didn't know you messed with the pit.
Hey.
Me neither. I can't believe this. I'm having fun. I'm a little mad that I didn't stretch before physical activity, but I'm having fun. The song ends and the pit finally dissipates. Everybody cheers on Pup. Maybe I only got enough pit energy for one song. Haha, alright man, let's retreat. We'll show these kids how it's done another day.
Oh.
We work our way back to a more comfortable spot in the crowd and enjoy the rest of the show from a safe distance. Pup puts on an amazing set and basically had to beg themselves off stage after their encore. With the concert over, the crowd starts making their way to the exit. Hey, I'll meet you outside. Gotta say bye to a couple people. Leider ja. Leider ja. Aber wir haben relativ gute Dings mit Matt heute gemacht. I hang outside of the venue until Matt finally shows up. Hey man, thanks for waiting. I got you a present. Matt hands me the t-shirt I was looking at earlier. Whoa, thanks man. I saw you eyeballing it at the merch booth.
Hey.
And I mean, anyone who tears it up that hard on their first time back to a concert deserves a reward. The youth will finally accept me. Amanda will love this. I'm never taking this off. I would say I'm never taking this off. Oh, 3. Yeah, okay. I will continually wear it until it is tattered and a little smelly so that I can truly embody the punk fashion. Hey, Matt.
Hey.
Matt. Hey, it's Pup. Oh, wow, okay. Hey, dude, didn't realize you were here.
Oh.
I'm so glad I could make it. You guys put on a great show. Thanks. Ob das wirklich nachempfunden ist, nach der Band, weil die Band soll es anscheinend wirklich geben, laut dem Song. Pop Band. Bilder. Und sie schauen wirklich so aus. Langer Typ mit Gläsern, A-Typ mit längeren Haaren. Ich verstehe nicht, warum bei manchen Spielen sieht man die Dings und bei manchen nicht. Uno momento. Pop Band. Picture is here. So. Stream browser. There we have the band. And no, I want my cam and put my cam away. Also da haben wir den Typen mit den Gläsern. Da haben wir den Couple-Typ, das wird wahrscheinlich der sein. Der etwas gewichtigere Typ und der mit den längeren Haaren. Sehr cool. So, jetzt haben wir die wieder weg. Und das haben wir. No. Oh my god. Give me that and this. So.
Hey.
Well, see you around. Ich hab echt nicht gewusst, dass sie da wirklich eine Band dafür gekriegt haben. Was ich komisch finde, dass sie da nicht die Licenses gekriegt haben, damit sie den Song spielen können. Wait, you know Pup?
Hey.
Oh yeah, met them a couple of times when they're first starting touring. Good kids. Whoa.
Yeah, sounds great.
Come on, let's grab some dinner food. I suddenly realize just how hungry I am. Man, mosh pits, that's how they're called, mosh pits, take a lot out of me. Ich glaube, in Deutsch hassen die doch anders, oder? Zumindest in Metal, weil ich glaube, es war irgendwas mit Circle of Death oder irgendwie sowas. Keine Ahnung. Wo sie einfach ineinander rennen und ja. Matt and I walk to a tiny little diner with a cute neon sign. Mosh pits, okay. We tear into some bacon and eggs in a corner booth.
Hey!
So there I am in the pit trying to explain to the face tattoo guy that I didn't mean to elbow him in the face tattoo, but he's already seeing red. Not from the tattoo, which coincidentally was red. He's lumbering towards me and there's nowhere to go.
Hey!
It's the end for me, right? Then out of nowhere I get this idea. Just lean back and spread my arms, and just like that, I'm crowd surfing away from him in slow motion. You should have seen the look on his face.
Hey, yeah.
Brought him a beer afterwards and we were cool. We still follow each other on social media. He has beautiful kids. Glad you guys worked it out.
Hey!
Yeah, man, just goes to show you that punk's not dead and it just drives a minivan and has to hire a babysitter. So how did you get to see all these amazing concerts?
Hey.
Oh, I used to tour in a band. We were small, but it got us to travel all around the States. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, we were poor and we had to scrape a lot together just to survive, but I wouldn't trade those experiences for anything.
Hey!
But yeah, that's how I knew a bunch of those people at the show. Music like this builds an amazing community, especially in a town like this. Just a lot of positive energy and good vibes. I got that feeling. Plenty of friendly people, especially that Pablo kid.
Hey!
Oh man, everybody loves Pablo. His mom's been raising him on her own, and you can tell that it's been tough on both of them. I know he looks up to me, so I try to help him out whenever I can. That's really nice of you.
Oh.
Thanks. Us single parents just really have to look out for each other. How's Carmencita? She says she wants to learn the drums. Oh boy.
Hey!
It'll be loud and I'll need to take a lot of aspirin, but I'll manage. Can't really blame her. I'm suddenly very grateful that all of my daughter's hobbies were super quiet. Photography, collaging, whatever it is that she does on the internet. Thanks, Amanda. Well, wenn sie das Spiel, ich würde mich echt fragen, wenn sie das Spiel heute nochmal machen würden mit Dads, ob sie irgendwie OnlyFans einbringen würden. Das würde mich echt interessieren. Ob irgendein Dad sein Beruf im Prinzip OnlyFans ist oder ob irgendeine Tochter oder irgendein Sohn einen OnlyFans-Account hat. Das würde mich echt interessieren. I'm trying to be supportive of Carmencita's rebellious phase, but I guess that kind of defeats the purpose of it, doesn't it? I think it would be a good daddy-daughter activity to find something to rebel against together.
Hey, yeah.
Like what? Fashion, consumerism, big budget remarks of foreign films. Big budget remakes of foreign films. Oh, I don't know what would be good here. Ist er Consumerism? Das ist eben das Problem. Er ist ein Small Business Owner. You know? Er hat ja seinen eigenen Kaffeeshop. Also weiß ich nicht, ob das gut ist. Und ich weiß nicht, wie er zu Filmen steht. Im Prinzip, für mich ist alle drei Sachen die richtige Antwort. Aber ich glaube, Consumerism wäre wirklich am intelligentesten. Obwohl, das hasse ich sowieso. Die ganzen Hollywood-Adaptations von irgendwelchen Filmen oder Stories, wo sie sich null auskennen und selber Sachen machen, geht mir so im Keks. Also ja, big budget remakes of foreign films. Reading subtitles isn't even that hard. I think we just have to strive as a society to be okay with reading subtitles. He and I laugh. We keep digging into our big plates of greasy dinner food. The breakfast I ordered for dinner is absolutely hitting the spot.
Hey.
Man,
Hey.
being a single dad is rough sometimes. It's a lonely feeling. Understand that all too well. I mean, at least we have the rest of the dads to talk to.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know. I get really nervous sometimes talking to people. Matt gets nervous talking to people, but he's so cool. Me too. I've never really considered myself an extrovert and never really considered myself an introvert. I'm just uncomfortable in every situation always. Me.
Oh.
You're fine. You're actually really easy to talk to. You know that. I smile. Matt and I spent the rest of the night trading daughter stories. Turns out our kids are a lot alike. We finish up our late night dinners and head out. Same. We walk back to the cul-de-sac, back to our respective houses.
Hey.
Tonight was a blast, man. I loved it, although I'm probably gonna feel it in my knees in the morning. Ha! You and me both. I don't usually like going to these things alone. It was really cool to have you there with me. I'm glad.
Hey.
All right, I'm calling it quits for the night. Stay cool, man. He called me cool. Matt called me cool. I walk into the house with my heart in my throat. Amanda pops her head out from her room. Hey, Pops, how was the show? Matt thinks I'm cool. You don't say. Manda Panda, Matt thinks I'm cool.
Yeah.
Blind leading the blind, huh? Whoa, I just got dunked on by my own child. Unbelievable. Hey Amanda, remind me which one of us just tore it up at the pit at a punk show, and which of us just spent 4 hours probably watching Tiny House Hunting Amish Triplets Extreme Edition. First of all, how dare you? That show is a classic. Second of all, you mushed in the pit? Who even are you? I'm your extremely cool dad. Alright, I'm hitting the hay. Ja, danke. Alright, I'm hitting the hay, Pops. I'll see you in the pit. Night, kiddo. Das muss jetzt ein S-Rank werden.
Yeah,
What?
Even Pitchfork would like that.
Bitch. Bitch.
Welcome. You've got dads.
You've got dads. Okay. Ich muss mal kurz einen Tee machen. Not so cool after all, apparently. Ich muss mal kurz einen Tee machen und Essen ist auch gerade fertig geworden. Also hol ich mal was essen, hol ich mal was zum Essen, hol mal einen Tee, weil ich krieg schon Halsschmerzen. Also bis gleich. So, Lele. Wem daten wir jetzt als nächstes? Achso, wir müssen mit Craig auf ein Date gehen. Unter Anführungsstrichen. Hey buddies, so I have a favor to ask. Robert invited me over for dinner. And I know it's kind of a faux pas to invite another bro, but I've known the guy for years and I still can't get a good read on him. And I know it's gonna be super awkward if I go by myself. Will you please come with me? Egg emoji, egg emoji, egg emoji. Come, sweat. I love food. I especially love food that's free. And I don't know why you're so sweaty over cooking. But sure. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. I really hope that's a sweater of relief. Maybe it's a sweater of a threesome. Eat that dinner. Alexa, 5 Minuten.
5 Minuten ab jetzt.
Dankeschön. That doesn't sound too bad. I could definitely go for free food. But why is Craig being so apprehensive? Does he know something about Robert that I don't? I hurry up and reply before my dad brain can work itself into a paranoia spiral. Okay. Yeah, dude, I'm down. Thank you. Craig and I decide to meet up before heading over to Robert's place. Craig's waiting on my porch, bottle of white wine in hand.
Hey!
Absolute boy, I'm glad to see you. Likewise, man, classy of you to bring wine.
Nice.
Oh, it's not wine, it's sparkling apple cider. Robert literally has a wine cellar, so I think he's good. Wow. Or at least I think he has a wine cellar. I'm genuinely unsure if he was telling the truth or not. I can never tell with him. Thank God it's not just me. I never know. He's so deadpan about everything. I usually just laugh it off, but man, that guy's an enigma. We start walking over to Robert's house. Does Robert even know how to cook? I have sincere doubts about whether he even knows how to shave properly or iron his shirts. I feel like you learn to cook after you learn those two first.
Dude.
One time I saw him grab a hot dog from a trash can. I mean, it was at the very top of the trash can, like sitting above it. But still, if he were on trial, I think the jury would definitely define that as in the trash. Okay. In his defense, I've definitely considered grabbing food from the top of the trash before. Well, yeah, I think we've all considered it, but the difference is that Robert actually did it. True, maybe he's the enlightened one. Maybe we're holding ourselves back. We arrive at Robert's house and ring the doorbell, but the doorbell won't chime. Must be broken. Craig knocks on the door a few times. Since when does Robert have a dog? I don't know. That's weird. I can hear Robert just inside. 1 second. This is uncharted territory, absolute. What if he's the one making barking noises and there is no dog? Don't say that. We're not even inside yet. Well, then he's a pup. Nothing wrong with that. Finally, the door opens. Robert looks a little surprised to see me.
Hey.
Absolute. Didn't know you'd be tagging along.
Oh.
Did Craig not tell Robert I was coming? Come on, Craig. I can leave if there's not. No,
Nice.
it's fine. Come on in. Oh Jesus Christ. We enter Robert's living room, which is surprisingly really nice, super messy, but still nice. Make yourselves at home. We can still hear barking from the other room. I didn't know you have a dog, Robert. Oh yeah, that's Betsy. Have to put her up when guests are over. She'll calm down in a bit.
Oh.
What kind of dog is she? A pit bull. Rescue her from a dog fighting ring a few years back. She hates strangers. If I let her out right now, I would probably have to take you both to the ER. Craig and I make eye contact. He raises an eyebrow at me. Oh, okay. Anyways, dinner should be ready in a minute. Hope you guys like Ossobuco. Ossobuco. Bin gerade am Überlegen, was Ossobuco ist. Ich hab's definitiv schon mal gehört. Aber ich hab grad weder irgendeine Zutat im Kopf oder irgendein Land, wo das herkommt im Moment. Robert leaves the room, presumably to go to the kitchen. Craig leans in and whispers, Was the dog fighting thing real or was it just kidding? Alexa, stopp. So, Tee ist fertig. Was the dog fighting thing real or was he kidding? I don't know.
Bro.
What's Ossobuco? I don't know. Did he make up that word? No, he didn't. Until I have Ossobuco in front of me, we can only assume so. We sit in silence for a second, taking in Robert's living room. Are we about to get sawed? Nah, usually you wake up in those situations. We voluntarily walked into this one. Robert finally walks into the room carrying 3 paper plates of steaming food like a waiter. I don't have a dinner table. Don't trust him. So we're eating here.
Hey,
Also, I don't have real people plates. Hope that's okay. Robert sets plates in front of us on the coffee table. I still can't tell what it is. Looks like meat, maybe lots of sauce. I can make out some vegetables. I think that might be rice, but it could also be pasta. Guess there is only one way to find out. I take a bite.
Bro.
Oh my god. I take another bite. The medley of flavor in this dish is amazing. The meat is so tender and the risotto, I think that's what it is so creamy. Robert, this is really incredible. You cooked this? I finished it. I fished it out of a dumpster behind a restaurant. Or at least I think it was a restaurant.
Dude.
Can you believe people just throw this stuff away? I almost gag. I'm kidding. I look over to Craig, who looks wary but still has his mouth full. He gives Robert a thumbs up. Glad you like it. Where did you learn how to cook like this? I worked at a restaurant in Spain for a hot second. Is he messing with us? I decide to play along. You lived in Spain? After I dropped out of college, I went backpacking through Europe, crashing on couches, sleeping in hostels, wherever. Totally broke, worked a couple of odd jobs whenever I could to scrap together some cash. One night I'm eating dinner at this little restaurant just outside of Madrid. I go to pay and realize I spent the last of my money on booze the night before. I'm in the middle of ditching when the manager catches me and puts me to work in the kitchen. Long story short, they ended up liking me so much they offered me a job. Why not, right? Started living with some distant relatives on my mom's side.
hey,
Over the course of 2 years, I worked my way up from busboy to sous chef. Learned a lot. So now we know he's Hispanic. Okay. Ich weiß nicht mehr, wer das gefragt hat. Irgendwer hat gefragt, dass er italienisch ausschaut. Ich weiß nicht, ob das du warst oder Long. Hm. Craig and I wait for the punchline. What night watchman did he swindle to get back to the States? Who did he con in a game of poker in the back room of a... Okay. Anyway, I still love to cook. I don't know what's real anymore, but this food's so good, I kinda don't care. That's amazing. It really is. To be totally honest, I wasn't exactly expecting gourmet cooking here, especially not served on paper plates. I don't care about presentation. If the food is good, it should speak for itself. This osobuku is screaming for itself. And paper plates, they are just as good as regular plates if you double them up. Hey, is it bad if I ask for seconds? Help yourself, but save room for dessert. I made lemon berry lemon berry savarin. Don't know what that is. Well, aren't you just full of... Craig looks over at me.
Dude!
Surprises? Robert winks. You bet I am. You can come over for dinner anytime. Craig? I'm gonna go get seconds. Me too. After consuming way more osobuku than my body could handle, and then really ensuring a later food coma with a generous serving of whatever savarin was, Craig and I decided to head out. Thanks for coming. I'm making an attempt to be more social. Well, we're always happy to stop by if you want company, especially if there's osobuku involved.
Welcome. You've got dads.
You've got dads. So. Wir haben jetzt mit jedem... Ich hab gerade geschaut, wir haben jetzt mit jedem ein Date gehabt, bis auf mit Craig. Also nehme ich an, dass du jetzt ein Date mit Craig haben willst. I wonder what Craig's up to today. I navigate to Craig's Dadbook page and type out a message. Hey bro, or should I say neighbor, let's catch up like old times. A couple of moments pass before I hear a ding on the computer. It's a message from Craig. And that was quick. Bro, my man, let's definitely hang soon. Might be a little different from our old weekend-long benders, but it'll still be fun. I think for a moment, this could be a fun opportunity to see my old buddy in his new element. We exchange a couple more messages and he logs off to prep for the game. I should see if Amanda wants to join me. I walk over to Amanda's room and knock on the door. Yo, Amanda Panda! I open the door and find Amanda sitting cross-legged on the floor, surrounded by magazines and newspaper clippings. She seems to be making some sort of art piece. What you working on? Just a collage for class. We're supposed to make a piece that represents our goals for the future. A vision board. I take a closer look at her collage. That's a lot of dogs. Me, that's a lot of dogs. Mostly dogs, yeah? Did you need something? Craig invited us to a softball game. Wanna go? Remember that one time you signed me up for softball and you bought me all the gear, and then you took me to the first game, and then someone hit a ball towards me and I just ran off of the field crying. And then you hid in the dugout and would scream if I tried to pick you up. Yes. I was afraid of baseball. I thought you were a gigantic sentient softball. Hey, sexy. Yeah, sure. So, does that mean you don't want to go? Amanda gets up and looks me dead in the eyes, determined.
Ugh.
I'm finally ready to face my fears head on. Let's do this. Amanda and I make the short drive out to the local softball field for a kids' softball game. It's pretty packed. We clamber up. Are we clams? We clamber up the bleachers and take our seats on the top row. Don't see Craig anywhere.
Aww.
So when do the kids start crying and running off the field? You know that's your relation with softball. It's different from everyone else's relationship with softball, right? Okay, but if I don't see some kids cry, I'm going to be pretty disappointed. For nostalgia purposes, of course. Not because I take joy out of children fighting for my amusement. I do that. Ich liebe es, wenn Kinder heulen zum Anfangen. Und Kinder bringt man so leicht zum Heulen. Es ist so göttlich. Definitely not that. The game starts and the kids run out onto the field. Who doesn't hate kids? Onto the field. I see Craig, but the dugout. I see Craig by the dugout with a clipboard. He has River strapped onto his chest as per usual. There's a guy in a pancake costume doing jumping jacks across the field. I guess that's the mascot. Reading the kid's bright colored jersey, I see that it's the Maple Bay Flapjacks against the Pinewood Ocelots. Go Flapjacks?
Oh.
I choke up on the bat Miranda. Yeah, Miranda, square up! How much do you know about softball? Enough to know that the balls are relatively hard despite the names. But yelling is fun. Give it a shot, it's cathartic. Keep your eyes on the ball. What's important is that you're having fun. What are you willing to sacrifice to win? Okay. 1, 2 oder 3. Keep your eye on the ball. And also an eye on the bat. And the outfield and the other players. Just keep your eye on all that stuff simultaneously. Nice. We watch a couple innings of softball. They aren't ready for the major leagues yet, but Craig's trained his team pretty well. It seems like he's really good with kids. Kex then Craig is good with children. Whoa. It's amazing how hard they're hitting the ball and how no one has run off of the field crying yet. Amanda dear, you have to let it go. Let what go? I'm perfectly fine. The opposing team is up at bat. They're hitting a fly ball out into center field. I have no idea what this all means. The tiny little girl tries to get under the ball, but it misses her glove and hits her straight in the forehead.
Whoa!
See, it's a complete justifiable fear. The girl plops down on the grass, starts crying. Craig makes a beeline to her, checking her forehead and comforting her until her parents arrive. He carries her off the field as she sobs. Man, it's strange to think about how this was the guy who once backflipped off of a roof into a pool while shotgunning a beer. He's so responsible now. The game resumes. The game resumes after the girl calms down a bit and we watch a couple more innings. Craig's team is crushing the other team in the 9th inning. The Ocelots seem to have given up by this point. I see one out of field eating fistfuls of grass. Okay. A batter on the other team knocks a foul ball into the stands. I follow the trajectory and oh no, it's coming right for me. Oh no, oh no, 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 no. I close my eyes and brace for impact. I open my eyes and look over to see Amanda holding the softball, staring at me in amazement. I caught the ball. You saved me. I caught the ball, Dad. I caught the ball. You did, Amanda. I faced my fears. I defeated the softball. I can do anything. Amanda and I share a big hug. It's a tender moment that I don't think anyone else watching really understood. I'm proud of you, kiddo. The game ends and Craig's team are declared the victors. We sit patiently as the girls line up to shake hands. Great job, everyone. We walk over to the dugout and congratulate Craig, who's talking with some of the parents. Craig, great work, man. Jesus.
Oh.
Thanks. We've been working hard all season and it's great to see it paying off. I'm so proud of all my girls. Speaking of which, have you met Brer and Hazel? We have already, I think. Ja, wir waren auf der Teeparty. Hello. Hey. Killer playing out there. Yeah, you guys rule. Thank you. You guys are twins, huh? So which one of you is the evil one? Hazel. Yeah, it's me. Good looking out. Do you guys ever pretend to be each other? I don't have a twin, but I think if I did, I'd be doing that constantly. Yeah, I take a lot of her math tests. And I usually throw rocks at stuff, and when people get mad, I tell them I'm Brer. What?
Nice.
What? We will talk about this later. Absolute bro. I just got a couple more things to clean up. Then we can hang. Sounds good. Just then, one of the moms jumps into the conversation. Not so fast. We have to celebrate our win, Craig. I'm taking the whole team to get pizza.
Oh, man.
Oh, I don't know if I can. Nonsense. These girls won. What sort of celebration could we have without our fearless leader? She lays her hand on his shoulder and gives him goo-goo eyes. Man, this mom is laying it on thick. Amanda and I share a look.
Oh.
Alright. It's cool if my bro's coming along. The mom looks slightly put out but covers it up with a smile. Of course. Where are we going? Thirsty's Pizza? What? What? It's a real place. Thirsty's Pizza. Oh. Andererseits würde ich essen, weil ich Hunger habe. Andererseits will ich nicht essen, weil ich dann nicht reden kann. Okay. Nein. Nein. An endless stream of girls clad in softball gear pile out of a minivan and into a local pizza buffet, which is actually called Thirsty's Pizza. ASMR. Amanda and I trail behind them with Craig. Ich glaube, ich habe seinen Namen jetzt mittlerweile 5 verschiedene Weisen ausgesprochen. Einmal ist Craig, einmal ist Craig. Greg. Reminds me of all the awful pizza we put into our bodies back in the day. Remember how we used to just fold whole pies in half and then put taco filling inside? Ah, das hört sich gerade geil an. Und sich vorstellen, einfach eine ganze Pizza nehmen, zusammenklappen und faschiertes Fleisch reinhauen. Ich meine, es ist dann im Prinzip eine Calzone. Aber, ja. Geil! Pizzacos. I could never forget. How did we survive college? Our bodies were younger back then. More elastic, more able to handle the toxic waste we put inside of us. The good old days. The kids run around, playing arcade games and eating greasy food. Amanda and I jump on a couple slices of Medicore pizza. Medicore? What the hell is Medicore pizza? Mediocre. Mediocre. Brain fart. Well, Medicore.
Oh.
Medicore. Lesen, yeah. It's pretty hard, you know. Hey, give me a piece of that.
Whoa!
No, absolutely not.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. I'm strictly eating salad here. Thanks for addressing the issue, Amanda. Die Brille ist übrigens... let me be vulnerable right now. Die Brille ist fast komplett nutzlos. Also, ich habe nicht viel Dioptrien. Es ist 1,75 und 1,5, also viel ist es nicht. Ich brauche sie eigentlich nur zum Lesen, aber ich finde, ich schaue mit einer Brille besser aus, deswegen trage ich sie 24/7. Ich nehme die Brille ohne Spaß nur ab zum Duschen und zum Schlafen, sonst ist sie immer auf. Dad. A different mom walks up to us, talking to Craig as if we weren't even there. Martha. Craig, thank you so much for looking after our kids. My daughter tells me every day about how great you are. Oh, I'm happy to look after them. Definitely helps that I have kids on my own. It's been so hard since Daniel left. I'm glad to know that my children have a strong male role model in their lives. Shut up. Amanda and I look at each other again. Craig gets it from all angles, huh? I bet he does get it from all angles. Craig smiles sheepishly. Never seen that word. Thank you so much, dude. Craig holds his fist up for a fist bump from the mom in what I think is a maneuver to lighten the conversation. Yep, vor allem von hinten. He looks super uncomfortable. I should throw him a bone here. Create diversion. Tag team with Amanda. Smokescreen Martha. Tag team with Amanda. Kommt bitte. Zwei im Chat. Jemand vorn hat das Baby, also kriegt das am ehesten nur von hinten. 3. Smokescreen Martha. Why? Tag team with Amanda. Please. Sean, bitte. Sean, please. Okay, 2. Tag team with Amanda. I give Amanda Lol. I give Amanda another knowing look and she hits me back with a nod. She understands. Amanda puts a hand to her stomach and looks at me with puppy dog eyes.
Aww.
Dad, I don't feel so good. I think I ate too much pizza. Oh no, sweetie, you're not gonna projectile vomit everywhere, are you? Yeah, I think I'm going to projectile vomit everywhere right now. The words projectile vomit and right now usually seem to get everyone to clear out, but Martha's not budging. Back it up, Martha. You're in the splash zone. I drank a lot of orange juice this morning and it's feeling pretty acidic. You'll be fine. Amanda shoots me with a worried look. This con is going sideways. I should have known that a mom of all people would know the fake puke scam.
Huh.
Oh, well, I guess it went away and I'm fine now. And nothing's wrong. She turns her back on me to talk to Craig. So I'm thinking Hazel and Brer. So I'm taking Hazel and Brer tonight for the sleepover.
Huh?
Yep, they're pretty excited about it. You'll keep them out of trouble, right? Oh, of course. But I could always use help watching after everyone tonight if you're not doing anything. Wow, this lady is really going for the gold.
Hey!
Ha! It'll actually be nice to have a night to myself and River, but thanks for the invite. Martha, you might want to grab your child. She's stuffing pizza into a coin slot. Martha angrily turns her attention towards her daughter. Tiffany, not another arcade machine. I swear, if we have to buy it. Martha storms off towards her kid. She seems nice.
Oh.
Yeah. The team is one big weird family. It takes all sorts, right? Tiffany, don't eat the tokens.
Oh.
Tiffany's a stellar hitter. Phew, I finally think I have time to talk to Craig now. Man, you're a busy guy, huh?
Nice.
Only on days like today, I hope. Dad!
Oh.
Hey, Hey Girls. Jedes Mal, wenn die Kinder von den Dads ins Spiel kommen, also auf dem Bildschirm, jedes Mal kommt so ein Sound daher. Das ist mir bei Joseph letztens schon aufgefallen. Dad, can you help us beat our record on DDR? It's yeah. We told Ariana's dad that you could destroy him on the dance mat. Please help.
Oh, man.
Girls, you know I don't have my jukes anymore. But Dad... yeah. Craig looks at me like a hurt puppy.
Oh.
Sorry, dudes. Duty calls. I promise we'll catch up in a bit. It's all good, buddy. Craig runs off with his daughters and I'm left alone with mine. Man, I was really hoping to hang out with Craig more today, but it seems like he's getting dragged in every direction. It definitely wasn't like this in college. I feel like we might be a third wheel here.
Huh.
There's worse places than an arcade to be left on your own devices. You're right. Wanna drop some coins on pinball? You know it. Amanda and I pull up to a machine that's feeling pretty hot and get to work. I'm a little rusty, but the pinball wizard within me will never die. I pull out a decent score and then challenge Amanda to top mine. And immediately she gets multi-ball. Looks like she takes after her father. You're pretty good.
Aw.
Don't patronize me. Hey, just trying to pay a comp. Amanda shushes me. She's in her zen zone. She fights violently. She fights hard, racking up points by the millions. She's this close to beating my score, but I feel honored just to be being able to watch. You're friends with Janet. You're friends with Craig, right? Janet from earlier walks up and leans on the pinball machine. Yeah, we went to college together. Please don't lean on my thing. Huh? That's so interesting. Ich sollte wieder. Huh, that's so interesting. So, do you know if he's, like, available? Oh, I honestly don't know if I could say. Seriously, you're gonna make it tilt. Because it seems like so much work to watch after his kids. Don't you think it would be great if he... Lady, I swear to God. All of a sudden the buzzer sounds and the game is over. Janet made the pinball machine tilt.
Huh?
You stone harpy. What? I said I have to get over there. I said I have to go over there now and put pizza in my mouth, so don't say anything that'll hurt your feelings. Amanda?
Hey!
Bro, what's going on?
Hmm?
Now's your chance. If we don't get out of here now, we're stuck for the rest of the night. I wrangle Amanda and say some quick goodbyes. With Craig, we head out of the pizza place finally. Amanda promises that she'll keep the couch warm for me and heads home. Alone time with Craig. Oh. Ich hab grad, wie ich mal Essen geholt hab, mir noch gedacht, ich bin so froh, dass die Kamera relativ weit weg von mir ist und man nicht jedes Detail sieht. Weil wir haben heute Salat mit überbackenen Camembert und das Dressing vom Salat ist weiß. Und jedes Mal bleibt irgendwas beim Bart hängen. Und es wird definitiv anders ausschauen als Salatdressing. Mhm. Hope you don't mind me bringing you back here, bro. Not at all, dude. It's good to finally get you all to myself for a second. River burps. Well, almost all to myself. Hold up. Craig walks over to the trunk of his car and pulls out 2 gloves and a softball.
Oh.
Up for some catch. This might be less catch and more you throwing the ball and me running after it, but sure. We stand in the middle of the empty baseball diamond and start tossing the ball back and forth. I have a cooler in my car that we could grab, but there's only juice boxes in there. Man, fatherhood is strange. You're telling me? I can't believe I'm looking back on my keg stand Craig days and reminiscing about it. Those were some good times. I don't know anyone else who could pull off the rare horizontal keg stand.
Oh.
So he's flexible. It was a feat of discipline, bro. Trust me. I haven't properly hung out with Craig in so long, I don't even know where to begin. Ask about coaching softball, ask about the business, ask about the kids. That's enough for now. Also die Musik ist sehr pornös. Ich nehme an, dass es einfach ein Informationsdump über die Person ist. Von dem her glaube ich, dass wir alle machen können. Ask about coaching softball. Okay. So, is softball coach the life you wanted? Or was it the life that was thrust upon you?
Oh.
I'd like to thrust something else upon him, honestly. I'll admit that I was hesitant at first. Blair and Hazel had so much energy that we just had to get them into sports, but no one was there to run the team. The more I did it, the more I saw how much it meant to all of the girls. I'm worried there'd be a riot if I quit. I would also be afraid of a bunch of tiny children with metal bats.
I don't know.
They're quick and they work as a team. I've trained them too well. They take you down like a pack of velociraptors on a T-Rex. Exactly. Ask about the business. So, you run a business now?
Hey.
Yep, we sell fitness gear, of course. Imports and exports mostly, but we're coming up with our own line of athleisure wear soon. I mostly use my sweatpants for watching TV and not, sweating. Sounds like he'd make a killing. Yeah, I use sweatpants not for sweating as well. If you ever see athletic gear, if you ever need athletic gear, I've got your back. You could sponsor me. I'll rep your athleisure wear brand while mowing my lawn. That's the glamorous lifestyle we're catering to. Yes. Ask about the kids. More hearts. I can't believe you're a father of 3.
Oh.
Neither can I. You know me. I'm an indecisive person. Er mag es alles, ja. You switched your major 4 times. Yeah, I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. But raising kids when Blair and Hazel were born. dot dot dot. When Brer and Hazel were born, it all finally made sense. It was like all the time I had spent trying to figure things out led to them. I couldn't be happier about it. I don't think I've ever cared about anything as much as I care about them. I had the exact same feeling when Amanda was born. It was the best thing to ever happen to me. It could be the only thing that ever happened to me, and I would still be proud of the life I lived. It's nice out here. Quiet. Must be good to get away from the softball moms for a bit, huh?
I don't know.
Christ, Janet. Yeah, that was a lot. Are they always like that?
Oh.
Actually, this wasn't nearly as bad. Yikes. I'm just so not interested. Well, what are you interested in?
I don't know.
I don't know. Peace and quiet. That hot silence.
Dude!
My ultimate sexual fantasy is sleeping in on a Saturday. But more seriously, same. But more seriously, I just can't get back into dating right now. I couldn't even if I wanted to. There's no time.
I don't know.
And I feel so uncomfortable trying laufen, yeah. And I feel so uncomfortable trying to introduce a stranger into my girls' lives. They've already been through so much. I can put them through that. Buddy, I hear you. So the moms can hit on me all they want, but the girls are my top priority. You're doing a great job. The right person will come along eventually. Hit softballs. Don't get hit on by moms. I don't know. Das Ding ist, ultimativ werden wir irgendeinen von diesen Dads daten und wir werden mit irgendeinem von diesen Dads im Bett landen. 100%. No. Okay. Hit softballs, don't get hit on by moms. A wise man once said that. I'm quoting myself. Copyright. Thanks, dude. While I'm distracted, I miss the softball and it hits me right on the head. Wow, that hurts. Amanda was right all along. Sorry, dude. Craig runs over to me. Are you okay? Warum? Are you okay? Getting British here. Yeah, I'm fine. Wait, let me do the dad thing for a second. Are you about to kiss my head? You're gonna kiss my boo-boo? Wanna kiss my boo-boo? Craig spends a moment examining my head. It's worse than I thought. Don't tell me you have to kiss it to make it better.
Bro!
You would be so lucky. That was planned. I mean, kissing is for weak. Sucking is for the strong ones. Please, zwei. Warum? Kiss, warum? I mean. Zwei. Yes, endlich. I have the final decision to make. Shantae, you stay. I mean... I feel like... Thirsty boys unite. I feel like I've earned it at this point. Waiting all day to hang out with you. Well, Yes! Yes! Endlich! Endlich! Der erste Kuss im Spiel. Ich glaube, wir sind jetzt dabei 10 Stunden Spiel. Ich glaube, wir spielen schon seit 10 Stunden oder so. Und jetzt kriegen wir den ersten Kuss. Craig leans in and kisses my forehead.
Oh.
Walk it off, champ. Ganz ehrlich. Ganz ehrlich, ich hab letztens ein TikTok-Video gesehen, wo einer gemeint hat, du sollst nicht schwul sein, weil da kommst du in die Hölle. Du solltest dich bla bla bla, damit du in den Himmel kommst. Und dann hat er gesagt, Moment, du willst, dass ich mich selbst zensiere, um mit meiner Familie im Himmel zu kommen, anstatt in die Hölle, wo ich von heißen Dämonen genagelt werde. Yeah, I'm going to hell. I don't even care. Are the lights on this softball field really hot, or is it just me? Is that just me? I get up and dust myself off. Eben. Hallo? Nicht nur eine Riesenauswahl, sondern, I mean, if there is anything about gay dudes, you should know. You should know that whenever there are gay dudes in a bunch, they're gonna be fucking. Like, doesn't matter. They slam each other like pancakes. Doesn't matter who's top or bottom. They just be out there doing it. So, who cares? River yawns. Funko. Hey, little buddy, you must be getting tired, huh? I hate to say it, but I should probably head out. Sorry, things are so... You get older and life just kinda gets in the way, huh? We start walking back to the parking lot. Hey, remember that one house party we went to that got broken up by a helicopter?
Dude.
How could I forget? You and me hopped over a concrete wall to get away. But the other side of the fence was a parking lot where a bunch of cops were parked. Oh man, yeah. Could you imagine the look on our faces? We just walked straight past them like we were out for a stroll, and not knowing that we were at a party. They started joking with us about how big of a bust it was. We had to talk with them for 30 minutes. You told them you were interested in joining the academy.
Hey!
And then they started giving me pointers for the exam. Longest 30 minutes of my life. Man, college. Good old days, right? We get back to our cars. Craig pulls me into a hug, or at least as much as we can manage with a baby between us. Never enough time, huh? He's thirsty. He's thirsty, honestly. Guess not.
Oh.
Let me make it up to you. Let's hang soon, yeah. I'd like that. I yawn as I walk through the door, spotting Amanda hunched over her collage glue stick in hand, burning the midnight art oil. I figured I might do something productive between episodes of Shark Hunter lip sync battles. What the hell? Do the sharks lip sync or do the sharks hunt lip sync? Yes. I look over her shoulder at her collage. Amanda, this is some good art. Look at this good art you made. Thanks, I'm just about done. Like before, it's still a lot of dogs. In one corner is a giant pile of cash. In the other, it's... Amanda, is that me? Yep. The whole thing is about my goals for the future, and those are basically just to sit on a giant pile of money with 20 dogs and also have a strong and mutual supportive relationship with my father into adulthood. Oh, now you've done it. Get ready to watch your dad cry. Here it comes. It's happening. Aw, Dad. You did this with your good art. She pats me on the back. Hey, how was your hangout with Craig? I wipe a tear from my eye. It was good. That Craig guy sure is busy. Yeah, dude, the softball life isn't for quitters. Also, I'm very proud of you for facing your fears today. How does it feel? I'm on top of the world, Pops. I should start facing my fears more often. Oh yeah? How about tomorrow we hit some empty parking lots and practice, dare I say, parallel parking? Baby steps, Dad. I'll work my way up to it. Alright, I'm gonna hit the hay. Take care of late night television for me, alright? I'll let them know you said hey. Okay, das war jetzt ein super Date eigentlich. S.
Man, that was amazing.
Man, that was
Back in college. I missed you, dude.
Missed you, dude.
Welcome. You've got dads.
You've got dads. So, ich glaube, jetzt haben wir alle einmal gedatet. Das heißt, wir werden jetzt bei oh, na, bei ihm haben wir zweimal, okay. Robert haben wir zweimal. Ja. Also, wer ist dein nächstes Opfer? Damien. Also mir ist es relativ gleich. Ich bin ein bisschen enttäuscht, dass Matt... Auch egal eigentlich, okay. Ich bin ein bisschen enttäuscht, dass das Date mit Matt so miserabel eigentlich gelaufen ist. Message. Damien. Brian ist halt mein Waifu. Okay. I had a lot of fun hanging out with Damien the other day. I wonder what he's up to. Oh Gott, hast du Damien ausgewählt, damit ich wieder einen britischen Akzent aushängen lassen muss? Oh no. I opened up that book and started writing him a message when Amanda walks in the door. Dad, you got a letter. Oh, is it from Grandma? No, it's from Damien. Whoa, can I see it? Amanda hands me the piece of old parchment folded into an envelope and sealed with purple wax. Moment. Uno momento. Wax seal meaning. Okay, weil ich habe letztens auf TikTok gibt es ja verschiedene Trends und einer von den Trends ist Wax Sealing, also wirklich mit Stempel Briefe zu versiegeln. Und da hat einer gesagt, dass es dass die verschiedenen Farben von den Wachsen verschiedene Bedeutungen haben. Und jetzt habe ich gerade ausgesucht. In France, different color waxes were used for different occasions. White for communication relating to weddings, black for obituaries, violet for sympathy, chocolate for dinner invitations. Also, violet is for sympathy. He likes us. He likes us. Hot local daddy has followed. Thank you, hot local daddy. Where can I meet my hot local daddy? In my area. Folded in an envelope sealed with purple wax. Damn, that dude goes all the way. Hot local daddy. I need same. I need hot local daddies in my area. Actually, I need hot local daddies in my bed. I pry off the seal and unfold the letter. In the most beautiful calligraphy, the letter reads, Oh, Jesus Christ. Dear Absolute, I hope you'll find my continued correspondence endearing rather than trying. That too. Yes, Sean, yes. One can only hope that my use of the slower, more traditional form of communication will showcase my sincere and earnest sentiment that I greatly enjoyed our time together. I write this hastily under the warm embrace of excitement, fearful that I may misstep and speak towards something unwelcome. For now I hope that you might forgive my boldness. I will simply say that your company has greatly occupied my thoughts. While the afternoon may have been derailed by forces unforeseen, your companionship helped a great deal, not only in the discipline of my child, but in the moral of my spirit, and for that I thank you. That said, Absolute, if you'll allow me, it would mean the world to me if I could enjoy more of your time. Perhaps a trip to the cinema followed by a moonlit stroll would be to your taste. I eagerly await your response. With great respect, Damien Bloodmarch. Amanda and I both look up from the letter. Wow. He's good. So you're gonna catch a movie with him? Yeah, I better message him on that book and let him know. Amanda slaps my laptop shut.
What?
You have to write him back. A real letter. But my handwriting looks like two toddlers fighting over a crayon. Dad, you have to. He wrote you a letter. That's so cool. Will you help me? I need to class this up. Father, I was made for this. Here's what you do. Find tickets for a show that you two will like, then enclose them in the letter. Oh, that's classy. Amanda and I hop onto my laptop and pursue showtimes. He doesn't seem like a romantic comedy kind of guy.
Yes.
Oh, here's one. Vampire Crusade 2. Evil Never Dies. I don't know, that sounds kind of stupid. Actually, it's a critically acclaimed exploration into the ennui of existence. It really turns the vampire trope on its head. Gell? Das instantly. wäre das ein Penny Dropper. Aber komplett. Vor allem, es wäre mal was anderes als hey, was suchst du? Really? Nah, there's just lots of blood and vampire titties. Oh. Well, let's roll the dice. I purchased hey Bock oder you up. Jetzt, Zeit. Wann, wo? Kannst du hosten? Ja. Hey, here's my dick. Thanks. Thanks a lot. I purchase the tickets and print them out. Then sit down on the table with Amanda to try drafting a nice letter. I start writing. Damien. I do hope that this letter finds you in good health. Hey, good morning. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Good morrow to you on this fine eve. No. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Totally one. Okay. Good one. What's next? 3. 3 wäre A wahrscheinlich sehr gut gewesen. Hey, remember when your son tried to cast the kid? You been good? I must confess my amateur control of the written word. 3. Oh, Sadman, du hast 3 gewählt. Nimm mal 3. 3, okay. I must confess of my amateur control of the written word. Jeez, Dad, have some faith in yourself. Okay, we're trucking along. Let him know how you're feeling. You find me in good spirits, for I felt very much the same after our last encounter. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. That Ernest shit was pretty messed up. 1, 1, 1. Good spirits, very much the same way after I lost encounter. I did very much enjoy it. Ja, 1. 1 oder 2. Ja, ich bin mir gerade nicht sicher. I did very much enjoy the adventure we found ourselves on the last we met. Nein, wir nehmen 3 nicht. Ich finde 1 noch am besten. Nice. Ich will 3-0. Ask him to hang out already. Fuck this 3. 2 art takes time, Amanda. While a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Bruegel's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. Let me get that. Let me get that ass. I don't know. Nah. I mean, I want to get that behind, but no. Well, a strange turn of events, I found myself enamored of the situation at hand. Like Bruegel's landscape with the fall of Icarus, I find myself lost in your details. I don't know. Ich weiß jetzt gerade echt nicht 1 oder 2. Let me get that sicher nicht. 2? Okay, danke schon. Dad, whoa. I saw it on TV. The voting is rigged. Sure thing, Trump. Sure thing. I saw it on TV. I'm not an actual intelligent person. Bring it home, Pops. Let me take you out to I got 2 tickets to the movies. I would very much enjoy your company, accompanying me to the cinema. It would bring me great pleasure to escort you to the cinema. 3. Oh. 3, bitte, 3. 2, 3. 3.
Yeah.
Smooth. Calling it a cinema was a classy move. Enclosed you'll find 2 tickets to Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies, which I'm sure you will find both titillating and enjoyable. Best wishes, hard dabs, namaste, will carry on. Ich würde keins von den 4 wählen. Ich würde keins von den 4 wählen. That's a dab. Ja. Oh nein, oh nein. Namaste. Namaste heißt auf Wiedersehen. Ich weiß jetzt gar nicht, ist er... Oh ja, ist Dab mit B. Und nicht P. Also weiß ich auch nicht, was Dabs heißt. Ja, Namaste würde passen in dem Zusammenhang. Ich würde... We will carry on. I don't know. Ich meine, Namaste ist okay, finde ich. Also ich würde ehrlich sagen, entweder Best Wishes oder Will Carry On. Würde ich persönlich nehmen. Aber wir können gern Namaste nehmen. Also ich würde 2 oder 3 Hard Dabs. Ich würde Admiringly absolut long schreiben. Aber Namaste is okay. And then sign my name. My full name. Fancier that way. Absolute long. Is it okay? Amanda reads over my sloppy handwriting. Ach du Schande! That's a shame. Da gebe ich mir so viel Mühe, dass der Brief halbwegs cool klingt. Und dann schreibt er wie ein 2-jähriges Kind. Ja, mein Name ist absolut long. Wie wir das Spiel gestartet haben, war eben absolut Sadman und Long im Chat und ich habe die 2 Namen genommen und absolut Long genommen. Genannt. Ich habe nicht einmal ein Long Pick auf meinem auf meinem PC. You spelled his name wrong. What?
Huh?
Nah, I'm just trying to keep you on your toes. Now all you have to do is seal it and put it in his mailbox. Can I seal it with tape? That's not authentic enough. I have an idea. I'll be right back. Amanda leaves the room and returns with a candle, a lighter, and a small piece of wood. You gotta have a wax seal. She lights the candle, which starts to burn down and form a pool of melted wax. What's that other thing? Amanda pours some of the wax onto the folded letter and expertly presses a small piece of wood into it. She lets it dry for a second and pulls the wood away, revealing, here it is, your sigil. A little kitten with a bow on its head. Awesome. Scrapbooking stuff always comes in clutch. Well, I guess all there's left to do is deliver it to his doorsteps now, huh? Hello, kitty. Oh, I thought we were getting a carrier pigeon to do it. I already called my guy. I have a pigeon guy, Marcus. Marcus has the good pigeons. Don't get your pigeons from Anthony. They're no good. I don't want to know if any of this is true. I head outside and walk over to Damien's house. I slip the lever. I slip the lever. I slip the letter into the slot in his door and go back home. Mission accomplished. Now we'll play the waiting game. The night finally rolls around where I'm supposed to meet with Damien the next day. He had left another beautifully crafted letter thanking me for mine and agreeing to the evening. Amanda helps me pick out a nice outfit and I show up to the theater a little bit early. It's a chilly night and the theater is kinda crowded but still nice. How do you do? What the hell was that? What? Okay. I jump at the sound of his voice and turn around to see Damien right behind me. You almost gave me a heart attack. How long were you there for? I don't know. I just woke up. My apologies for frightening you. Was that thunder? Is it gonna rain soon? I didn't hear anything. What?
Huh. What?
What?
Oh, no.
Regardless, the hour grows close. Shall we take our seats in the cinema? I must thank you again for purchasing our tickets.
Oh.
Please allow me to repay the deed in Sour Patch Kids or perhaps Milk Duds. Let's do it. We get in line to buy our snacks. As we're waiting, I hear a familiar voice behind us. My dad's here. I turn around to find Lucien standing a few feet behind us with a gaggle of other goth kids. Lucien, how nice to see you. I didn't know you were coming to the theater. I'm glad to see you spending some quality time with your friends. Whatever, Dad. And that movie will you be attending? And what movie will you be attending tonight? My friends are asking me to see some kids movie about talking animals. I don't really care about it. Well, I do hope you enjoy your evening. We'll be watching Vampire Crusade 2, Evil Never Dies. You're watching that? Yeah, I thought Damien would enjoy it. Good luck with that, Dad. Lucien rejoins his friends and I look over to Damien. Good luck with that? It's nothing. My son loves to tease. I'd love to tease you as well. We wait in line for a little longer and Damien buys us snacks. He seems a little nervous. I wonder what's wrong. Damien and I take our seats and settle in for previews. Glancing at him, I can see that he's sweating profusely and gripping his armrest. Is everything okay? Vampires, huh? The movie hasn't even started yet. What's his deal? No. Eins, zwei oder drei. Jetzt ist auch schon gleich vorbei. Du wirst wirklich jedes Date ruinieren, gell? Wir fragen ihn, ob alles okay ist. Ja, wir fragen ihn, ob alles okay ist. Nice. Everything is perfectly fine. I'm so excited for this film. I'm a devoted patron of the arts, especially the scary arts. The scarier art, the better. Hat Angst vor Horrorfilmen? Do you have a favorite horror movie?
Oh no.
Of course, I have a favorite horror movie. Mine is Halloween Town. Terrifying. Halloween Town is der Kinderfilm. Oh, interesting.
Huh.
That's odd. I don't seem to remember Halloween Town being that scary. I would have expected him to bring up some sort of strange foreign horror film that I've never heard of. Damien's knuckles are turning white. It looks like he's about to rip the armrest off. Wait a second. Damien, are you afraid of horror movies?
Oh my.
You must be joking. I love horror movies. The lights dim for the film.
Ah!
Damien screams. I apologize. I was thinking about something far scarier than this movie, which is not scary at all. We settle in as the film starts. I offer Damien some licorice. Ugh. And he takes one. I take note of how much his hands are shaking.
Ugh.
The title flashes across the screen in bloody letters. Vampire Crusade 2: Evil Never Dies. A pale man with long silver hair, glittering red eyes, and well-oiled abs sits up in a coffin. Awaken, my coven. Two more vampires slide the tops of their stone coffins onto the floor. Brother, is it time? Yes, husband. Brother, husband? Okay. Carmela. Yes, husband, but also mortal enemy. It is time. The three look at each other and then to the camera. For the Vampire Crusade! This rules. The trio of vampires fly off into the night as foreboding organ music plays in the distance. Somehow I get lost in the movie. As dumb as it sounds, it's actually pretty fun. It's actually a pretty fun flick.
Ah!
We get to a tense moment of the movie where Romulus Trueblood sits at a truce meeting with the general of the human army, whose wife Romulus has fallen in love with. General Romulus, it is good to finally meet you. General, I agree. It is good to finally blood you. Romulus leaps out and slashes the general's throat. Blood splatters over everything, including the camera.
Ah!
Damien screams again, reflexively grasping my hand. I immediately blush, forgetting about any vampires or blood or vampiric blood.
Oh my.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Damien retracts his hand and places it back on his lap. I was writing a novel in my head about blood magic, and I got to an extremely scary section. Damien goes back to quietly stressing out over the movie. It's kind of cute that he won't admit that he's afraid of it. I wish he would hold my hand again. Maybe I could do something to try and make him feel more comfortable. I've got it. I'll do what all dads do best. Talk during the movie. Tell a dad joke. Point out the plot hole. Ask what's happening. Let me just swallow. Chill. It's called blowjob job for a reason. Tell a dad joke. Oh. Where does a dog go when it loses its tail?
Oh my.
Where? To the retail store. I yelled that last bit a little too loud for a crowded movie theater, but I can see a smile from Damien's face. Good one, Absolute. The rest of the movie goes by relatively smoothly, with only a few whimpers from Damien. Maybe he would have liked the romantic comedy better. We get to the final scene of the movie where Romulus, Bad Blood, and the general's wife embrace each other in his crypt. It appears that the true vampire crusade was the vampire crusade in our hearts, our cold, unbeating hearts. Romulus and the general's wife begin making out. Hard.
Aye.
The film fades to black, and the end appears on the screen. But then it hard cuts to Demetrius and his rival lover Carmela, who watch the two from afar. Oh no, twist ending. Our bloodline has been pure for thousands of years. Romulus has betrayed us by loving a human woman. It will only be a short time before the next Vampire Crusade 3, Evil Must Die Again. More thunder, more ominous organs. The movie fades out again, and a bloody question mark now accompanies the end. Damien and I walk out of the movie theater amidst throngs of chattering moviegoers. Throngs? Okay. He's a little more pale than I remember, but otherwise he survived the encounter. He even seems kind of invigorated.
Oh.
What an interesting film. While the premise admittedly struck me as pedestrian, I was intrigued by its harrowing love story and a great attention to detail in regards to vampiric lore. Yeah, it was pretty good. A lot more vampire titties than I thought there would be. Come the night is young. Let's take a stroll. Vampire titties. Damien is making a point of not telling me where he's taking me. Still, I'm enjoying the walk and the cool night air. Being alone here with Damien is a lot better than being in a crowded theater. Lovely night, isn't it?
Ugh.
As lovely as the company, yes. He thinks I'm lovely. I'd rather see Vampire Booty right now. Ich muss unbedingt einmal im Internet suchen, ob's da nicht irgendein Rule 32 gibt. Muss es geben von dem Spiel. Ich meine, ich hab beim Suchen von Thumbnails für die YouTube-Videos hab ich genderbanded, ja klar gibt's das, hab ich genderbanded Dream Daddies gesehen. Und dann habe ich gedacht, we don't need that. We don't need that. I want daddies. I want less clothed daddies. He thinks I'm lovely. Damn. Okay, here comes the smooth response. Thanks. Cool. Okay. Smooth? None of that is smooth. None of that. Eins? Yeah, I thanks. I guess. Oh, no problem. Crushed it. We both stand there feeling a little awkward. I sure am one smooth operator. Smooth operator. Are you getting a little hungry? We could maybe stop off and grab something to eat. Worry not, my friend. I have a plan. We turn the corner and are greeted by the gates of a cemetery. What? Are we going in there? A little bit of Victorian flavor, absolute. Trust me. I'm a bit Okay, es ist zu laut. Es ist zu laut. Ist es bei euch auch laut oder geht es? Laut, yeah. Okay. Kann der schon. Okay. -12. Ist jetzt besser? Oder noch immer zu laut? Besser. Okay. Ich glaube, ein bisschen kann es noch runter. 13. So. Wo ist mein einmal da und einmal da? Okay. I'm a bit nervous, but Damien hasn't led me wrong yet. I follow his lead as we walk into the cemetery. Statues of angels stare down at us as we follow a path through the faded tombstones. As we crest a small hill, we get a beautiful view of the city. The night lights sparkle around us. I gotta hand it to him. For being in a cemetery, this is strangely romantic. Picnicking in graveyards is an old Victorian tradition, an appropriate finish to an evening after a vampire movie, wouldn't you say? With a flourish, Damien produces a blanket and picnic basket. Wo hat er das? Wo? Wo hat er das gehabt? Wait. Where were you hiding that? Under my cloak? Question mark? Or in my butt? Oh, right. Er ist mittlerweile sehr dehnbar. Well, after hundreds of years, he had practice. Damien unfolds the blanket and we both sit down, gazing out at the city lights. He produces a bottle of red wine and a fine selection of cheeses. Oh, jeez. In the Victorian era, there were no public art galleries, parks, or botanical gardens to speak of. Once rural graveyards became a more popular alternative to church burials, they became the only place that people could see beautiful plant life, and fine sculptures. That makes sense. This is pretty nice. I have a question though. How are you so okay with being in a graveyard, but you had trouble handling a scary movie?
Oh my.
Oh my, I wasn't. He sighs deeply. Okay, yes, I was extremely scared by that movie. I was not writing a book about blood magic in my head. I just have never been good at those. It just feels as if because of how I look and act, people expect me to love horror films. So I must play the part. Truth be told, I don't know if I have the constitution for them at times. Damien, I'm so sorry. If I had known, I would have suggested another movie. It's quite alright. I actually did find myself enjoying this one, thanks to your help. Graveyards, however, I think there is something rather beautiful about death. Cemeteries are traditionally built away from cities, away from the realm of the living, and it keeps us rather separated from it. To acknowledge death and become comfortable with it, I think gives us a certain intimate knowledge of ourselves. To sit amongst generation of those who came before us, to be truly alive in the midst of such death brings me great comfort. Death helps me appreciate life, to savor every second. We sit and enjoy our food and wine. I don't feel scared anymore. Never thought I'd be comfortable sitting alone in a graveyard at night, but I actually feel pretty peaceful. Suddenly, it doesn't seem like we're alone. Off in the distance, I see a shadow figure in the trees. What is that? I'm not sure. It notices us. I'm paralyzed with fear as it begins lumbering slowly towards us, its shape taking more animal form, more feral. I look to Damien for help, but he's just as afraid and transfixed as I am. I want to scream, but it's stuck in my throat. The creature is getting closer, moving fast. Woof! Oh. It's a dog. It's a dog. Oh, it's a puppy. Oh, it's the cutest puppy. Oh. As it finally comes into the light, the friendliest, dumbest little Boston Terrier I've ever seen pulls its owner towards us. The dog trots over to Damien and sniffs at his hands. Damien looks ecstatic. He ruffles the dog's fur happily. What a beautiful dog. Hey! We both look up, not expecting to see... Thanks. This is Betsy. Okay. Tea. Thanks. Robert, what are you doing out here on this lonesome, lovely evening? Hunting cryptids. Ah. What? What? I didn't know you had a dog. We established that. We went on a date with him. He told us about his dog. We went have dinner at his house. He had a dog. Although he said his dog didn't like people. And apparently that's not true. This isn't my dog. I found her wandering in the streets. I put a leash on her and now we're walking around this graveyard together, hunting cryptids. Damien and I share a look. May I give her a treat? Sure. Wouldn't give her cheese though. Not to worry. Damien reaches into the depths of his cloak and produces a small dog treat. What else is he keeping in there? A lot of stuff, a lot of toys. The dog laps up the treat and crunches away, tail wagging furiously. Damien continues to smooth down her fur. Thanks. Maybe I'm inside there right now. My absolute pleasure. Damien shakes the dog's paw. Lovely to meet you, my friend. May our paths cross again. Robert and his dog disappear into the darkness again. Damien stares after them. I didn't know you liked dogs. Victorians loved dogs, actually. Most Victorian women of high fashion would always be accompanied by a small dog, such as a terrier or a Maltese. I think big dogs are nice too. Yeah, man, dogs are cool. I do believe we've had enough excitement for one night. What say we make our way home? Damien hops to his feet and extends a hand to help me up. I gladly take it, as my knees aren't what they used to be. He packs up his picnic basket and leads Jesus, and leads us out of the graveyard. As we begin to walk home, I take one last look at the cemetery. It really is beautiful. Like a proper gentleman, Damien walks me to my doorstep. Thank you ever so kindly for your company tonight. Damien, it was my pleasure. Absolute, if you allow me, it would bring me great joy to offer you a token of my affection. Damien reaches into his cloak and pulls out a folded, monogrammed handkerchief he presses into my hand. Wow, thank you, Damien. I will use this to dry my tears for those I've lost. I can't wait to sneeze on that. I'm gonna wave this at passing ships. Oh god. Oh god, I don't know. I can't wait to sneeze on this. No. Det var snämma. Ich kann mir gerade eine zwischen 1 oder 3 entscheiden. Eins ist auch irgendwie komisch. True. Okay. Dann nimm mal 1. Dicks flying all around. A noble purpose. Damien shuffles his feet. I just want to say that it's rare to find someone like you, someone who's open to my eccentricity. Yeah, that word. It's nice to feel so accepted. Thank you. Damien gives my hand a quick squeeze. Damien blushes and hastily retracts his hand. I must take my leave. Good night. Before I can say anything else, he's gone. Huh. I unlock the door and step inside. Huh? Like a whirlwind, Amanda runs from the window and plops down on the couch, trying to look nonchalant. Hey Dad, what's up? Were you watching me from the window? No, I was just okay, yes. How was the movie? Lots of vampire titties. Told you. But as it turns out, Damien is... Wait, Amanda doesn't need to know that. I'll keep it between me and Damien. Scary cool. Yep, he's so cool, it's scary. Nice save, Absolute. Did you know that graveyards used to be a place to throw parties? I think I'm misremembering that a bit. Wow, that's pretty punk. Also, we saw a dog, definitely, though it was definitely thought it was a werewolf for a minute, though. How can you be so sure it wasn't a werewolf? True. How can you be so sure I'm not a werewolf? And how can I be so sure you're not a werewolf? Amanda's eyes narrow. I don't trust you. Nor are you. We make intense, very wary eye contact for a second. Anyway, I'm calling it for the night. Don't stay up late, will ya? I'll try not to howl at the moon past midnight. Das muss jetzt ein super Date gewesen sein. Please. S oder S+. S, nice.
Wow. My stars, this... Never in a million moons have I had a date such as exquisite as this one.
Oh. Ich glaube, Damien wird unser Daddy werden. Weil bis jetzt haben wir jedes einzelne Date versaut. Bis auf das vorherige Date mit Damien und dieses Date mit Damien. It's a beautiful night and the air smells so fresh, so I decide to take the long way home. I casually stroll through the neighborhood, taking in the sights and sounds of suburban city with a low crime rate and wide walkable sidewalks at night. Jim and Kim's. As I approach the bar, I can hear patrons inside cheering. Oh, I bet the game is on. I wonder if my team is playing tonight. A drop of water hits my head and now it's a lot of drops of water. It's pouring rain. Maybe I should wait this out inside. I order a beer from the bar and settle in. It turns out that my team isn't playing tonight, but I can certainly enjoy the game regardless. The bar is usually crowded and the feeling of camaraderie over a shared love for the game makes me smile. Sports are nice. Das Spiel ist offensichtlich mit null Einfluss von irgendjemandem Homosexuellen gemacht worden. 100%ig. In meinem ganzen Leben ich bin jetzt 30. In meinem ganzen Leben, in meinen 30 Jahren, habe ich noch nie einen Typen gedatet, der ein Sportsteam gehabt hat. Nicht ein einziges Mal. Ich versuche gerade, mich zu erinnern. Aber ihr könnt... No. Nicht ein einziger davon. Zählt Eiskunstlauf als Sport? Ja. Eiskunstlauf als Sportteam? Was? Ich wüsste jetzt gerade. Man technisch gesehen, ja. Technisch gesehen, ja. Aber üblicherweise wird Eiskunstlauf nicht so gehypt wie Fußball oder Football oder irgend so ein Blödsinn. Also ihr könnt mir wirklich nicht erinnern, dass sich einmal irgendein Kerl gehabt hat, der von irgendeinem Fußballteam, von irgendeinem Sportteam geschwärmt hätte. I mean, Yuri on Ice und Free sind die einzigen zwei Sachen, die mich für Sportaktivitäten interessiert haben. Okay. You need to, honestly. Fix that. Leave and fix that right now. Okay. Oh, Mary. I look over into the corner and spot none other than Mary, sitting alone in the corner, nursing a cocktail. Yes. Moment. Yes. Nursing a cocktail. Kicking stuff. Something about her seems different this time. Now that she's by herself and not hanging off some younger guy, she looks so sad. She looks up and half-heartedly raises a glass to me before staring off into the middle distance. Es ist nicht so flamboyant wie Yuri. Aber es sind so viele shirtless Dudes drinnen. Like, I mean. Middle distance. Say hi, keep watching the game. Was machen wir mit der alkoholischen Mary, die nichts anderes kann als mit ihrem 2? Okay. I mean, I don't care for her at all. Whether or not Mary's actively looking for attention, I decide I don't really have the energy to give it to her. I politely reciprocate her glass raise while keeping my eyes glued to the game. I don't even care. Eventually, I managed to disengage from the game and realize Mary has left. Hope she doesn't have too rough of a night. I don't care for Mary.
You've got dads.
You've got dads. Okay. Wer ist unser nächstes Opfer? Ich meine, das war schon ein ziemlich romantisches Date mit Damien. Pretty romantic stuff. Waifu? Brian Harding. What's your deal date? Deck building. Wir haben leider verpasst. Am ersten Tag haben wir es verpasst, mit ihm Pokémon zu spielen mit unseren Töchtern. Ich glaube, das war der erste Tag, da hätten wir im Park gehen können und Pokémon Battle mäßig unsere Töchter gegeneinander ausspielen. Message. Hey, Daisy and I are going fishing tomorrow. Are you in? Oh, genau. Wir haben ja gesagt, dass wir am Masterfischer sind. Oh no. It's gonna be a vulnerable day for us today. Oh, I have a message from Brian. Oh no, I've been dreading this day. I accidentally boasted about my abilities as a fisherman to Brian, and now he's challenging me to another dad-off. I've been doing my fishing research online, but I'm nowhere close to being an expert. Still though, I have to accept. I typed back to Brian. Sounds great, man. Super excited to catch all of those fish. Make sure your mower is good working order, because you're gonna be all over my lawn this weekend. Ich habe jedes Mal die Panik, dass ich nicht genau lesen kann, was kommt, weil es einfach dann verschwindet. Es kommt der Text und dann ist es weg. That'll show him. Brian's response back letting me know that tomorrow he'll pick us up at an hour I had previously forgotten existed. Man, that's gonna be a rough start. Amanda? Amanda comes into the room from the kitchen eating a cheese stick by biting off piece by piece like some kind of monster. I didn't raise you like that. What? It's called string cheese and not chompy cheese for a reason, Amanda.
Dad.
Did you just call me here to criticize my controversial string cheese eating technique or what? No, Amanda. We have to go fishing tomorrow. Well, you have to go fishing. I get to play with Brian's dog. How do I become a master of fishing overnight? You went fishing in the Girl Scouts, didn't you? Nope. My stint in the Scouts was a brief and purely transactional. I thought I could get free cookies, but I didn't know what I had to, like be outside and tie knots and stuff. But I have to beat Brian. Dad, let me tell you a story. Do you remember last summer how I applied for a job at that coffee shop across town? Give me a refresher. During the interview, they asked me if I knew how to work an espresso machine, and I really wanted the job, so I lied and said yes. On that first morning, there was a line out the door, and within half an hour I severely burned my hand, and they told me to go home and never come back. I still have a scar from that. So she was literally burned by a coffee shop. Okay. Of course I remember. What does that have to do with fishing? The burn is a metaphor, Dad. I don't get it. You can lead a horse to water. What do horses have to do with fish? And burns? Dad, please. I don't get your obsession with competing against Brian. You wouldn't understand. It's a dad thing. Please try explaining it to me. Okay, he just thinks that he's so much better than me, and he purposefully reminds me of that whenever he can. It's like he has to one-up me. I have to beat him at his own game. Is that what you think is happening here? No, Amanda. Okay, I know that's what's happening here. Alright, Pops. We should both be getting some sleep. See you in the morning. Night, Panda. I brush my teeth and throw on some pajamas. I climb into bed, set my alarm, and close my eyes. Okay, sleep. I'm wide awake. I'm wide awake. In a dark, but I was falling hard with an open heart. I can't help but think about the last time I went fishing, hoping that there is something I can glean from it to give me an edge over Brian. I was about 9 years old. My dad woke me up one morning and told me to get dressed and meet him downstairs. It was still dark out. I had no idea what was going on, but before I knew it, we were both alone on a freezing cold lake. I had to sit there for hours while it got hot and muggy, the air thick with bugs. I picked at mosquito bites while my dad sat in stony silence, fishing pole in one hand, beer in the other. We didn't catch anything. On the long drive home, my father bought me a pack of cigarettes and didn't say a thing. That didn't help, and I think I have some repressed sadness about my father. I'll deal with that later. Who hasn't? I'm sitting on a boat in the middle of a body of water. I can't see any land, but I know it's a lake. The water is placid and still. I'm holding a fishing pole. I don't understand why, but it feels like my life depends on catching fish right now. I cast my lure into the water and wait and wait and wait. My whole being is filled with hopelessness as I watch the line disappear into the depths below. You used the wrong lure. I looked up and see my father just as he looked that one cold morning, disapproving. I'm panicking now. I pull the lure up and try to grab a different one, but all of the lures in my tackle box are the exact same. I look up to my father for guidance, but he's gone. I try casting again, but I can't hold my footing. My boat tips over and I fall into the water. Sinking further and further, I see the multitudes of fish that had been lying just below the surface, all swimming around me as if to taunt me. One fish swims up to me. He has Brian's eyes. You gotta use a neutral buoyancy lure if you're trying to catch trout, buddy. I jolt awake to the sound of my alarm. It's fishing day. That would explain the weird dream. I groggily slip on clothes and get ready. I spot Amanda's door half open and see her still curled up in a mountain of blankets. Walking over to her bed, I give her a tiny kiss on the forehead. Fishing day, kiddo. You ready? No. Well, you gotta get up. I can't do this without you. Also, stop sleeping in your clothes. Amanda pulls her comforter over her head. Never. Amanda. I'll get up in a minute. Alright, Brian should be here in 20, so you better not just go back to sleep. Amanda sticks her hand through the blanket to wave me away. I leave her room and make myself some coffee and another cup with lots of cream and sugar for Amanda whenever she gets up. Amanda eventually wanders in and chugs her coffee while I do word jumbles. I hear the doorbell ring. That must be Brian. Still rubbing our eyes, we walk outside and see Brian. He's decked out in fishing gear. Daisy's falling asleep next to him. Early birds get the worm, buddy. You ready to fish? I was born ready. My eyes narrow in on Brian. It's a good day to die. Hop on in, guys. Let's get this fishing party started. Let's get this party started. I walk over to the driver's side door and open it. Woof woof. Brian's dog immediately hops into the driver's seat, wagging its tail furiously. Can I see your license, sir? Maxwell, let Absolute sit. Maxwell obediently hops into the bag to cuddle with Daisy. Amanda settles in next to Maxwell and Daisy and immediately falls asleep. You ready for an adventure? I'm ready for glory. I struggle to stay awake as we drive to the outskirts of town. Maxwell is the goodest of outskirts of town. Country music plays quietly from the radio as I watch trees pass by. So where exactly are we headed? It's about it's about an hour north of here. Little spot I've been going to since I was a kid. My dad used to take me there all the time. I don't think anybody else knows about it. I brought everything we need so that we can catch some trout. I have a nice little fire and enjoy the nature. My fishing pole is in the shop. Getting it tuned up. Do you maybe have an extra? Could I borrow? But of course, it's probably not as nice as it's sounds like yours is though. Right. I'm digging a hole here. I stare out at the forest lining the highway. The sun just barely over the horizon, scattering dusty pink light throughout the trees. For a split second, I spot a deer grazing on the side of the road before it leaps back into the bush. After a nice quiet drive, Brian eventually tells me to pull off the highway and into a dirt road. The car bumps along until we reach a clearing that opens up to a magnificent lake. Well, here we are. Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty. I step out of the car and help Brian unload. Punkt. I step outside of the car and help Brian unload our gear as Maxwell runs around us barking. The kids wake up and wander to the shore, where Daisy tries to teach Amanda how to skip rocks. Brian and I carry the tackle boxes and cooler down the edge of the lake, where he has a canoe waiting. Schreibt man so Kanu? Oder ist es ein anderes Wort und ich weiß es einfach nicht. Ah, great. It's still in one piece. Hold on. Help me out, Maxwell. I help Brian place a tiny dog-sized life vest on Maxwell. Woof, woof, woof. Alright, your turn. Brian hands me a lime green life vest. Maybe if I fall in, you'll save me. I can swim, thanks. No thanks. 1, 2 oder 3. Eins. Nachdem das der Waifu ist, musst du wissen, welche Antworten die perfekten Antworten für ihn sind. Und wir sollten heute bei dem Date S+ kriegen. Es hat keine Dicks oder Herzen gegeben. Super. If I fall in, I'm counting on you to rescue me. Nicht nur Herzen, nicht nur Auberginen, es waren auch Tropfen. Du, wir sind hier in einer Demokratie. Wenn einer ansagt und der andere was anderes, entscheide ich zwischen den beiden. Ich hab generell halte mich zurück. Wenn zwei das Gleiche wollen, ist es okay, dann halte ich mich zurück. Aber wenn es 50-50 ist, muss ich entscheiden. Das war schon mit Long so. Es ist nichts Neues. Du hast letztes Mal. Please don't. Please don't. Bitte, Sean. Bitte. Absolut hat es sich zum Ziel gemacht, dieses Let's Play, dieses Game komplett Virgin durchzuspielen. Ich weiß nicht, ob es funktioniert, aber ich habe Angst, dass es funktioniert. Suit yourself. Brian turns to Amanda and Daisy, who are still skipping rocks. You kids wanna fish? I'm good with just throwing rocks into the water. Amanda hurls a rock into the pond with gusto. Yeah, take that, water. Amanda, you're supposed to be skipping them. Is that what we're doing? Okay. Just throwing rocks in the water. Daisy, don't you want to fish? I think catching fish is kind of inhumane. We're gonna go explore the woods and look at bugs and stuff. Alright, be safe. Don't go too far. Brian puts the life vest around himself and we throw all of our equipment into the canoe. Maxwell happily jumps in and takes his place looking out over the front of the boat. I get into the canoe as Brian shoves off. We paddle together to get ourselves in the middle of the lake. Ooh. Ooh. That's a big boy. In the middle of the screen. Most freshwater fish usually feed at dusk and dawn, which is why I had to get you up so early. Woof. Yeah, I know, that's pretty common fisherman knowledge after all. Fisherman knowledge that I am knowledgeable about. Still gambling, man. Still a gambling man. You know it. Let's see who can catch more fish. You can catch more fish. You can catch more fish than one? Sounds easy enough to me. What's on the line? Besides all the fish I'm gonna catch, obviously. Also ich muss ganz ehrlich sein. Das wäre nix für mich. Aber überhaupt nicht. Am Boot draußen auf dem See von mir aus. Aber in der Früh, bevor die Sonne aufgeht, aufstehen und irgendwo hinfahren? No, no. I was thinking something a little more high stakes than mowing the lawn. Custody of our children? More than that. Let's say if I win, I get your weed whacker. Is that a euphemism? My weed whacker? The Whacker-Master 2000? That's a limited edition. Weed? But if you win, you get my pole saw. The Reach and Cut 3000. The cordless version? That's the one. Shit. The Reach and Cut is the state of the art. My weed whacker is a prized possession, but there are those hard to reach branches at the back of the yard that have been begging for pruning. Saw me in half, Daddy. You're on. We shake on it. Okay. Ich muss mein Teller jetzt einmal wegstellen. Und mit Tastatur wieder zurückrücken. Weil ich bin sicher, dass da jetzt ein Minigame kommt. I suddenly remember that I don't know how to fish. My foolish fatherly pride will one day be my undoing. I watch as Brian ties a lure and does some stuff I can't quite follow with his fishing pole. He casts into the lake. Oh boy, now I have to do that. I stare down at the tackle box and at the pole in my hand. Put some bait on the hook, insult the fish, stretch before physical activity. Ich würde jetzt dann nicht auf dem Boot aufstehen und Übungen machen. Put some bait on the hook. Please. 1, 2. Warum? Ich hätte geglaubt, du wisst, dass das nicht gut geht. No, why? Okay, we're insulting the fish. Na, was jetzt? Da 1 oder 2? Zwei. Oh. Einfach fun halber. No, insult the fish. Brian, the game of fishing is all about psychological warfare. Watch this. Böser aus. I look out to the serene, undisturbed lake. Hey, fish. Fuck you. Oh, no. No. Why? Why? Okay, no. No. Warum steht der Schweizer da? Put some bait on the hook. Nice. I fish a worm from the styrofoam container Brian brought. It's slippery. It's slippery, but I think I can get it onto the hook if I just focus. Oh god, I'm bleeding. Oh god, the blood is everywhere. The worm is not on the hook. Need some help? No, I meant to do that. The blood attracts the fish. They can smell it up to a mile away, you know? I think that's sharks. No, it's definitely fish. Now what? Perform fish mating call, tie a knot or something, meditate. Tie a knot, right? Right? I don't know anything about fishing. And why are they standing outside of the boat? Why? 2. Tie a knot. Perform fish mating call. No. Du, wenn ich das drück, kann ich einfach wieder zurückladen. Und fertig. Okay. Fish mating call. As you probably already know, fish also respond to positively when tempted with the call of potential mate. Observe. Gazing out at the lake, I prepare my call. Come fertilize these eggs, baby. Let me get that tail, you slimy fish. You got a hot pectoral fin. 3. Hot pectoral fin. Okay, I'm officially uncomfortable. Okay. Okay. Ich will nicht, dass die zwei da durchstängern. Laut mal das. Und dann machen wir einmal so. La 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 la. If you fall, you can save me, haben wir da ausgewählt gehabt. And he liked it. Put some bait on the hook. And tie a knot or something. And he likes that as well. I take my pole and try to tie an elaborate looking knot to impress Brian. The classic hunter's bend. I learned that one in my youth. Yep. This one isn't coming apart anytime soon. With this knot I will cast my heavily line upon the unsuspecting water and deliver unto us a bountiful harvest. I look over to Brian. He doesn't seem to be paying attention. Let's cast this sucker. I'll put my rod back and launch the lure as hard as I can. And the lure flies off the line and sails far, far away, landing in the lake with a loud sploosh. Sorry, I judged the wind speed wrong. This cold air drives the pressure down. Ha! Go ahead and take my pole. I know it's hard switching to a new pole you're not used to. I'll fix up another lure. Brian hands me his pole with a smile, and I just sit there, feeling like an idiot. Oh God. Oh God, im Himmel. Fishing around here is easy. They group up. All you gotta do is line up 3 of the same species and reel them in. 3 of the same species, huh? I can tell which fish is which.
Match that fish.
Okay.
Nice catch.
Oh Gott im Himmel, oh Gott im Himmel, oh Gott im Himmel. Hilfe, Hilfe.
Match of the day. Nice catch.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Catch of the day.
Catch of the day. Ist
Match
da?
of the day.
No, das sind die falschen. Okay. Da haben wir. Unten müssen doch auch irgendwo welche gleichen Fische sein. Na. Da.
Now you're fishing. Catch of the day.
Die slap noises sind suggestive. Oh Gott im Himmel, Gott im Himmel, Gott im Himmel. I don't see anything matching up. Why don't I see anything matching up? Warum passt doch keiner von den Fisch? Warum passt doch keiner von den Fisch? Bin ich blind jetzt oder wie?
Match of the day. Nice match.
Selbe Stelle nochmal. Yeah, I'm blind now. Oh.
Catch of the day. Nice catch.
Okay. That was way tougher than I thought. I look over to Brian, who is smiling and obviously enjoying his time out here in the lake. I will crush him. Suddenly, the fishing pole jumps in my hand. I reflexively tug up towards. I think I got something big. I tip off the pole. A tip of the pole dips down repeatedly and the line starts to run. Reel it in. I finally get the fish right up next to the boat. It's a long, beautiful rainbow trout. Brian hands me a net. It's all yours. I lean down and notice that my hands are shaking with excitement. This fish is bigger than all the ones Brian caught. That pole saw is mine. I'm in the water. I enter the canoe. The entire canoe tips over with me. I find myself sinking into the lake. I should have taken the life vest. All of a sudden, I am embraced under the water and pulled into Brian's arms. I'm finally dragged upwards, spotting water. All of our gear floats on the surface. Maxwell doggy paddles around us in circles, having a great time. Help me, Daddy. I've got something real big in here. Oh no, step bro, I'm stuck. You're right. Does that count as one? Well, seeing as all of our fish are now swimming safely back in the lake, I guess so. Brian laughs. Let's get you to shore. Brian and I flip the canoe back over and fill it with our now soaking wet gear. We row back to shore with Maxwell in tow. Hello. Composure. Once we get back to the beach, Maxwell darts off into the woods. Brian takes off his shirt, dots of lake water glistening in the sun across his strong back. Man, all that general contracting must have built that guy like an ox. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. I'm gonna get a fire going so we can dry off. Wanna hand me yours? Yes, okay. I reluctantly take off my own shirt and toss it to Brian. I suddenly wish I had done more sit-ups in my life. Or any sit-ups at all, really. Another thing you've bested me in. Stupid, sexy Brian. You might as well fry that shirt up. Seems like it's the only lunch we'll have. The day is young. We can fish from the shore. Once Brian gets the fire going, I sit and try to dry off my pants. Brian sets a couple lures out by the water's edge. We're probably gonna have to put the kibosh on the competition for now. We're gonna have to put the kibosh on the competition? What the hell is a kibosh? Until another day. My stomach growls. You hungry? Oh, I'm fine. Brian reaches into his cargo shorts and pulls out a few granola bars. I have a small child. I am flushed with snacks. Brian joins me in by the fire and I accept the cargo short granola. There's some else bar I'd like to snack on. And now we're back to waiting. Where did the girls get off to? Shouldn't they be back by now? I wouldn't worry about it too much. There are a couple of smart kids. That's what I'm worried about. They're too smart. They have probably established a small rural government by this point and installed themselves as leaders. I take a look around and at the sun cresting the tree line, casting the entire lake in warm golden glow. The forest seems to be coming alive now. Birds chirp in the distance. Wow, nature is beautiful. A mosquito bites me. I slap my neck and curse. Nature sucks. Here you go, bud. Brian hands me a bottle of bug spray. I begrudgingly take it and douse myself. Ugh, I have always hated how this stuff smells. Really? I've always kinda liked it. Reminds me of being outside. Maybe you and I have different sentiments on the outdoors. Maxwell comes bounding up to me, a huge stick in his mouth. He drops it at my feet and looks at me expectantly. Throw the stick forward into the woods, fake out throw, break the stick in half to assert your dominance. Wow. Wow. Throw the stick towards the woods. We're not gonna assert dominance over a dog. Oh. I hurl the stick as hard as I can towards the tree line. Maxwell bolts after it, running as fast as his stubby little legs can carry him. Which, consequently, is not very fast. It's very cute, though. Nice throw, Absolute. He's a good boy. I turn away so he can't see me blush. Maxwell brings the stick back to me, clearly proud of himself. Good boy, Maxwell. You're a very good speedy boy. You're the world champ of fetch. It's time for pets. What's the plan? But pets never fails. Scratch behind his ears. Rub that belly. And by that belly, I mean this here. This right there. I want to rub this. All of this. Behind ears? Okay. Hearts. I give Maxwell some nice little scratches behind his floppy ears. He responds in kind by licking my face. He really likes you. Be careful, he's gonna try to follow you home if you keep that up. I scratch Maxwell's ears more intensely. I'm gonna steal your dog, Brian. We both laugh, but I'm only kind of kidding. While I'm playing with Maxwell, fish begin routinely pulling on Brian's line. I watch Brian effortlessly fillet the fish, squeezing a bit of lemon on them and frying them up in a cast iron pan. Before we know it, we have a feast fit for a couple of shirtless dudes. Amanda and Daisy emerge from the woods looking totally unscathed. Whoa, Dad Bot Patrol, I'm gonna have to issue you both a citation and demand you both put your shirts on. There are children present. Brian tosses me my now dry shirt. I pull it over my head and thankful that I will no longer be distracted by Brian and his pecs. Oh no. Where have you guys been? Studying entomology. Yeah. Oh. What? We were playing with bugs. Yeah. I expected you guys to be more covered in like mud and stuff. Daisy looks offended. What do you take me for, a child? Well, Amanda puts a hand on Daisy's shoulder. Right. I am a child. We take a seat around the fire and Brian serves us all generous piles of fish on paper plates. It's absolutely delicious. Why does he have to be good at everything? Fish tastes okay. Daisy and Amanda both nod furiously, mouthful of fish. It's incredible. I've never had fish this good. Yeah, it's great. All Harding family recipe. Why are your pants wet? Well, we had a little fun. Well, Amanda, we were out there on the lake and then I accidentally tripped over that boat. Don't worry, all of the gear floated on to the surface so we didn't lose anything, right, Absolute? Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I can't believe he just covered for me. Gosh, he even out-humbles me. He's trying to beat me at everything, including my whole famous sense of humility. We finish our fish and end up playing catch with Maxwell for a little while before we decide to head out. After cleaning up the camp, we pack up the station wagon and let Maxwell into the backseat. The poor pup falls asleep in a cuddle puddle with Amanda and Daisy. They've had a long day. Been an ordeal today, but let me drive you guys home. I want to prove that I'm the most awake dad on the block, but yeah, I'm beat. Fine. As we drive... Oh, romantic music. Romantic music. Romantic music. As we drive away, I take one last look at the lake disappearing behind us and smile. I rest my head against the window and the low rumble of the dirt road beneath us lulls me into a peaceful sleep. Honestly, falling asleep next to a hunk of dad. Hey, sleepyhead, why don't you give me some roadhead? I opened my eyes and realized that I had dozed off in the car. I self-consciously wipe a bit of drool off of my chin. Oh my god. Der Speichel beim Schlafen oder Roadhead? Oh hey, I was resting my eyes. Just in case we suddenly have to jump into any sort of conflict, so I'm super awake for it. And ready to fight, with my strong arms. It's all good, you earned some rest, buddy. Thanks for coming out with us today. I had a lot of fun with you. Boah, meine Stimme gibt schon langsam auf. Thanks for inviting us. I also had fun, actually. Glad to hear it. Take it easy, yeah? You too, take it the easiest. Brian chuckles to himself as he unloads the car. Amanda and I get inside and immediately collapse on the couch. Long day. Yep. I was so close to that pole saw. Pole saw? Yeah, Brian and I were competing to see who could catch the most fish and... stop. Why do you care so much? Manda Panda, just look at the guy. He's so obviously got my number and he's rubbing my face in it. Dad, I love you, but you're kinda dumb sometimes. Dumb or clearly the superior dad? You know what? I don't have any of the energy required to properly unpack your weird fixation with asserting your masculinity. I'm going to bed. Night. Amanda slides off the couch and face down onto the floor. I'm a tired slug. Amanda, that floor is disgusting. Yeah, it's American household. It's disgusting. I don't care. Well, night, honey. Night, Pops. S.
10 out of 10 if ever I've seen one.
That's a 10 out of 10.
Welcome. You've got dads.
Okay. So. Meine Stimme ist fast komplett weg. Und nachdem da jetzt kein Date auf der Seite ist, denke ich, es war gut für heute. Wir haben ja noch später dann um 11 die Nintendo Direct, die wir sich anschauen müssen. Aber bevor wir gehen, muss ich noch kurz My Good Girl zeigen. Grace? Ja, gutes Mädchen, gutes Mädchen. Oh, Psassa. Oh ja. Oh ja. Oh, jo, 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 jo. Oh, jo, 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 jo. That's a good girl. Ja. Besser als Brians. Besser. Viel besser. So. Was ist? Sie lässt sie komplett hängen. Also wenn es nicht heute dann das so vor. Blub. Okay. Okay. Faules Mädchen. Ja. So. Moment noch mal kurz. Das Einzige, was Männer über Hunde haben, sie können die Türe auch wieder schließen, wenn sie rausgehen. Wir fangen, wann habe ich es anberaumt? Für 10 vor, glaube ich, oder? Uno momento. Ich sehe es gerade nicht. Aber ich glaube, um 10 vor 11 fangen wir an. Wir haben ja auch... Da steht jetzt nichts mehr, ist klar. Abos. Nintendo Direct für 23 Uhr, ja. Also die Direct ist für 23 Uhr geplant. Und ich denke, wenn wir 10 Minuten vorher anfangen, sollte alles okay sein, eigentlich. Also 10 vor 11. Fangen wir an und dann können wir eben noch spekulieren, wie, was, wann, wo, bis es dann wirklich anfängt. Yes. So, ich muss aber da jetzt noch, bevor ich es vergesse, speichern. Ja, um 10 vor 11 sind wir dann wieder kurz live. Ich meine, sie haben auf Twitter gesagt, dass es eine 50 Minuten Präsentation wird, also es wird eine lange Direct. Und ich bin schon sehr gespannt drauf, weil die letzte große Nintendo Direct, die was wir gehabt haben, war 2019. Also ja. Anyways. Ich sag danke fürs Zuschauen. Es hat sehr viel Spaß gemacht. Mich freut es, dass wir endlich einmal jemanden im Chat haben, der für Dates ist und keinen Virgin Run draus machen will. Morgen haben wir wieder... Wie heißt Octopath Traveler? Da freue ich mich schon so drauf. Gott im Himmel. Ich habe gestern nach dem Stream so Bock gehabt, noch weiterhin Octopath Traveler zum Spielen. Aber ich habe mir gedacht, nein, ich kann jetzt nicht weiterspielen, weil I just can't. Aber ja, ich freue mich extremst auf morgen. Und wir sehen uns heute später nochmal, falls ihr Bock habt. Wenn nicht, ich bin trotzdem da. Gut, dann wünsche ich noch einen schönen Abend und bis später oder bis morgen. Oh, danke für den Follow. Danke schon. Okay, bis später. Ciao, ciao.